Nasty on a Monday. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Jamie Rivers and Carey Davis. I'm Anthony Stalter. Carey's alter ego also here.
Yes.
If you want to view the YouTube channel, you can see our guy Andrew Marsh donning a number 38 Super Bowl helmet.
Here we go.
The game-worn helmet by Super Bowl champion Carey Davis in the Super Bowl victory over the Arizona Cardinals. Now, the reason why Marsh is wearing it today is because for the second time this season, his Minnesota Vikings lost to one of our favorite teams in Ireland yesterday. The Vikings fell. Despite an impressive comeback,
They tried.
they fell short to Carey Steelers. So as punishment, Marsh has to wear that helmet for at least 1 hour.
Marshy's going to end up wearing as many helmets as CD wore in his career.
Yeah.
Possibly.
You already got the Falcon helmet and now the Steelers helmet. Too bad you didn't like the Colts. You do like the Bucks.
I do, yeah.
So
Bucks is another one.
Oh, I got to buy all sorts of helmets
you
now.
do. Yeah. Jamie's going to be about $600 in the hole.
I'm telling you.
I don't have a Buccaneers helmet. I got.
Damn it, Carey.
Nope, I don't have a Buccaneers helmet.
Got a
Sorry.
Patriots helmet?
Nah, I didn't play for the Patriots.
The Patriots.
Pats.
Lions? No.
Patriots. Nope. Didn't play for them either. I played for a lot of teams, Jamie.
I know. I'm just trying to
Not
figure it
those.
out.
Marsh, how do you feel with that helmet? You all right?
It's a little bit bigger than the other one.
Sure. It's got to be heavier, too. I mean, that's a real helmet.
Yeah.
You got the visor on, man. You looking good.
I'll tell you what, though. This visor's pretty sick.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that is making me smile right now because that
Good.
game yesterday that I woke up early for, you guys know I don't like to wake up early. I had that alarm set for 8:20. They gave me 10 minutes to prepare for that terrible, terrible outing by my Minnesota Vikings.
Marsh, I gotta tell you, man. Like, there was no way Pittsburgh was gonna lose in Ireland. You know, Dan Rooney was the ambassador for Ireland, former Steelers owner. You know, he passed away.
Yeah.
Great man. But there's no way we were gonna lose in Ireland. They tried to give the game away at the end.
They did.
Didn't punch it in towards the end zone.
Yeah.
Gave up, I don't know what the hell the secondary was doing when Jordan Addison was wide open, but he did get walked down by Peyton Wilson. That's embarrassing.
That was a big play.
It was a huge play.
That
Was
guy's a
able to burn
football
off-
player.
Yeah.
But he's not.
Burned off a couple more minutes to make it a little bit more difficult for you all there. But yeah, man, I mean, great job by your Minnesota Vikings. Just not good enough.
I don't want to hear it.
That was a good job.
So we'll get into the NFL. We got college football today. We got to get to Cam Fowler, who agreed to a 3-year contract extension with the Blues. Cam Fowler will join us, in fact, at 4:30. So we'll talk to Cam Fowler about inking a new deal. But we're actually going to start off with the Cardinals. Oli Marmol caused quite a stir over the weekend. So the Cubs beat the Cardinals 7-3 on Saturday afternoon. They clinched the number 4 seed in the National League, as well as home field advantage in the wild card round. But the story was Michael Busch, who has destroyed the Cardinals this season. His numbers have been incredible against St. Louis, and he was going for a cycle. He was trying to hit for the cycle. All he needed was a single. He already had the triple, already had the double, already had the home run. In fact, I think he had 2 home runs in that game.
He's pretty good.
Yep. He was a single shy of hitting for the cycle and padding Chicago's lead. Rather than letting Michael Busch hit in that situation, Marmol said, you know what? Let's go ahead and walk him. They intentionally walked the Cubs first baseman. Crowd booed. People were pissed. What did you guys think of Oli Marmol deciding to intentionally walk Michael Busch and then afterwards said, you know what, I'm not here for anybody's entertainment. I'm trying to win a game.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
Double down.
Like, what are you going to, okay, so let's just play this out for a second. Ownership in St. Louis, Chaim Bloom is watching. DeWitts are watching. All the Cardinals fans are watching. And what if Oli leaves a pitcher in to pitch and he pitches and he hits for the cycle? When he could have walked him or plunked him. Come on, honestly, I would have said, hey, I need to buzz the tower on this guy a little bit here. Because this is the Cubs and Cardinals. And last time I checked, it's still a rivalry. Or it should be. We're not just giving away base hits. So had Oli pitched to him, and he'd say, "Oh, why'd you pitch to him? Ollie's a wimp. Ollie's this. Ollie's that." You know? Now Oli says, "No, screw you. No,
I'm tired of watching this guy hit.
I'm tired of watching this guy pound the crap out of us.
Yeah.
So go to first base, and we're done here." I didn't dislike it at all. Like I said, quite honestly, I would have had the pitcher buzz the tower a little bit on him, too.
I didn't have a problem with it either. I mean, what are we complaining about? You said it. Michael Busch was killing the Cardinals all season long. He got 34 home runs, 35. 9 of them came against the Cardinals. A quarter of his home runs this year came against the St. Louis Cardinals. Why the hell?
9 came against Michaels.
Would I keep pitching to this man? And guess what? I love it because it is a rivalry. I don't give a damn if we ain't playing for nothing over here. We're out of the playoffs. We don't have. Why would I give you anything else to cheer about? Fast lane, you Chicago Cubs. Be mad. I think it just adds more intensity to the rivalry, and I loved it. I mean, Michael Busch is batting .438 versus the Cardinals, an OPS of 1,600. Is that good?
No.
Nah,
Well, for him.
For him. For us, nah. And you said he already had 2 home runs that game? He's 4 for 4. What are you complaining about, Chicago?
So Gator said, challenge him, man. Don't walk him. Game means blank for us. If I was pitching, I'd want to pitch to him. Absolutely. The funny thing is, though, if you're Oli, one of your pitchers says, "I'll get him." Like, you know what? I've seen your work.
Yeah.
I've seen your work against this hitter. You can't get him out. 4. Yeah. See ya.
And they got out of the inning.
Yes,
it actually worked out well. Like, if it didn't work out well for the Cardinals in that situation, I think maybe we're talking about something different. But it actually worked out pretty well for the Cardinals. So, and maybe don't steal the base. I don't know. We'll take the extra base.
Like CD said, I don't know if Jamie, if it was you or Carey that said it's supposed to be a rivalry.
It is.
Intensive. You can go the intensity route with this. I got no issue with it. Now, Craig Counsell did it to one of our guys. I'd be pissed.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
In this situation, yes.
But even if Greg Counsell did it, I would say, yeah, I'd laugh. I'd be pissed, but I get it. I get it. Blank you. Next time, what goes around comes around.
For sure.
I said to you guys, I said this in the office. How do we know that he would have actually hit a single? You know, he more than likely would have hit another home run. Totally. So it wouldn't have mattered.
It's a great point, Marsh. He probably would have left the stadium again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're probably not wrong.
A lot of people in the snake pit basically saying the same thing. John scores. Screw Chicago.
Yeah.
Good for Marmol, says JC. Waterboy completely confused. Waterboy, wait, we didn't make the playoffs? No, Waterboy.
We're close, though.
Cincinnati did, though.
Hey, do you think that...
Yeah, they did.
Way to go, Mets.
Do you think that that move by Oli Marmol, do you think he gained a little respect from the Marmol haters?
No.
Because it was against the Cubs?
No. Okay. No. If you don't like him, you don't like him.
Lisa still hates him.
Yeah.
A lot of people do. Doesn't mean they're right. Oli Marmol is doing the best he can do. What he got.
DLW 1904 says Oli made the right call. So, all right. Seems like we're all on the same page with that. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter, Andrew Marsh. If you want to head to our 101 ESPN YouTube channel via our Air Alliance team studio cams, you can see him rocking not only a Pittsburgh Steelers shirt that, Carey, I believe you bought for him.
Yeah, I brought that for him.
He brought it.
I thought you bought it for him.
Oh, no, I already had it.
If Carey
It's
had to
an
buy a
extra
Steelers
large.
T-shirt,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's a good call.
Yeah.
come on.
I didn't buy that. I already had it.
There you
Never
go.
been worn, though, so Marsh is the first one.
Wow.
There you have it.
Don't I feel special?
You should.
Marsh is
Looking good.
also wearing Carey's Super Bowl helmet, the actual helmet.
Carey, you should have brought that ring in. I would have wore that too.
All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. How did we do in the Week 4 Pick'em Challenge? And we'll get to some of the crazy endings and games from the National Football League yesterday. That's next on 101 ESPN.
ready to pick 'em. It's the Fast Lane Football Pick 'em Challenge on 101 ESPN.
Refreshed by Bud Light, official beer of the NFL. Easy to Sunday, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly.
It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. So, as most of you know, we challenge the Rizzuto Show every year in the annual Rizzuto Show Fast Lane Pick'em Challenge presented by Bud Light. And we took the last 2 weeks. We lost the first week. We won the last 2 weeks. And the math ain't mathing this week, guys. We don't look good. I think we've already lost.
That's not good.
No. So Moon had 11. Brandon Kiley had 11. So BK is on this bad week, good week, bad week, good week plan. So BK led us with 11 points. Carey had 10. I had 9. Jamie and Marsh finished with 7.
7's a number.
Now there's two games tonight. It'll either be Jamie or Marsh facing the punishment. They both have the Broncos, but they are split with the Jets and the Dolphins.
I don't feel very good about this now.
So Jamie took the Dolphins. Marsh took the Jets. The Dolphins win. Marsh gets shot with the airsoft gun tomorrow. If the Jets win, Jamie faces his punishment. But either way, you guys would be only one shot each.
Yeah.
So we didn't do great overall.
No.
What a weekend, or what a Sunday it was in the NFL. I did not see Jackson Dart and the Giants beating the Chargers while also losing Malik Neighbors in the most Giants thing ever. They win the game in Jackson Dart's starting debut. Cam Scattaboo, I think, played 98% of the snaps. What an energizer bulldozer he is. But the Giants upset the Chargers and also lose Malik Neighbors for the season after Adam Schefter of ESPN reporting that he did, in fact, following an MRI, tear his ACL, and he's done for the year.
That's tough.
So Giants improve to 1-3. Chargers fall to 3-1. Chargers also lost Joe Alt, their outstanding offensive tackle, to a high ankle sprain. So he's going to miss probably a couple weeks.
Yeah, probably 2 to 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That Giants defense is actually pretty good. It's easier to be a good defense when you're not playing from behind, meaning the teams actually have to play the full game and they're not just running the ball. They have to drop back and throw the ball. Justin Herbert was 23 for 41 and threw two interceptions. That means we're getting after the quarterback. You're in the game the entire game. Your offense put up enough points to keep you in that game the entire time, and your defense was able to do what they needed to do to help you win that game. On the flip side of that, and Anthony, I've come around to Justin Herbert and these Los Angeles Chargers. You can't lose that game.
Mm-mm.
I get it. You had to travel cross country. I don't care.
Don't care.
I don't give a damn. You can't lose that game. That team stinks. And they got a rookie quarterback starting his first game. The best player on their team goes down. He's out for the year. You can't lose that game. Mm-hmm. Not on the road, not at home, not in Ireland or Dublin, Ireland, or wherever you're playing.
MetLife Stadium.
What is that supposed to mean?
I just threw out a city in the country.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I don't know what that is.
Random.
Top of
Random. Ireland.
Even if you're playing in Wichita, Kansas.
Even there. And that's not even a real place.
Right.
You can't lose. And they did. That's problematic for the and it's one loss, but it is problematic for the Los Angeles.
It's weird too. It's I expected them, even not playing well, I expected them to eventually come back and win that game.
23 for 41 is bad.
And yet the Giants kind of controlled the game. It's weird. It's I expected the Giants to blow it, but that did not feel like a 3-point game at all. I thought the Giants kind of manhandled them, especially game. Defensively. Yeah. Now, you did bring up Dublin, Ireland.
What happened there?
Steelers hold on to a 24-21 victory. Carey, save your Steelers take here for a second. Now, Marsh.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
We, on this side, feel as though that you have grown very frustrated with your guy, Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah, wow.
Watching what you watched yesterday morning, is that never more true?
Yeah, Anthony, I was telling you before the show, and I wanted to ask Carey this, but I think you took a phone call. How hard is it to scan a defense, set protections at the line when you're going to snap the football with 5 seconds left on the play clock?
It's incredibly hard.
That's like every play. That's every play.
Is that on Kevin O'Connell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to get the play in sooner.
Yeah.
But have you
gotta
seen,
get out of the
have you
huddle.
seen his players?
Well, that's another problem because you have now 3 backup linemen, and we want to run 20 to 30-yard routes.
Which require your quarterback to take 7 steps,
Yes.
which is a problem.
And your quarterback is actually not that great. So
What?
Son of a...
Why would you say
Why would you say Carson Wentz isn't that great?
Well, Anthony, I've watched him play.
He threw for 350 yards, 2 tutties.
He did.
Come
Yeah.
on now.
He threw 2 interceptions.
Some of those were,
A couple of them, one of them got batted.
yeah.
One of them was a hell of a play by T.J. Watt.
Yeah.
I mean, you get a guy like that to play like that. You tip your cap and say, good job.
So, offensive line's a problem. Play calling's a problem. The run defense is terrible. Kenneth Gainwell, 2 touchdowns. Backup running back.
99 yards.
What are we doing? Come
Yeah.
on, man.
You had to
This
feel-
is a bad team. This is a bad team right now, and they need to figure it out.
You had to feel okay when Jalen Warren didn't play because he wasn't feeling good. You're like, okay, well, Kenneth Gainwell, we should be okay. And then he goes 19 for 99 with 2 tutties.
It's not bad.
Now, Carey, I mentioned to you in the break.
Yeah.
What's interesting is, once again, the door has been swung open for your Pittsburgh Steelers. Joe Burrow out for an extended period of time.
It happened.
Maybe not. Maybe the entire season. We'll see. Then the Ravens, who lost to the Kansas City Chiefs yesterday, and we'll get to that, but they not only are dealing with Lamar Jackson's hamstring injury, he didn't play the entire fourth quarter yesterday. 6 defensive starters are hurt for Baltimore.
Man.
And there's Pittsburgh. Steelers. They don't have to do anything, and people just kind of fall down in front of them within the division.
You know, that's just how, that's one of the things about being a franchise that understands how to win games. You just keep going
what it
forward.
is?
Yeah. You just keep going forward, and sometimes other people, they tend to fall off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Injuries happen in this game, in this sport. It's inevitable. You know, people are going to get hurt, Anthony. And when you train well, when you work hard, those injuries just don't bother you, you know?
I used to feel that way about the Steelers. Now I feel like at some point that horseshoe that's jammed up, you know, it's got to fall down at some point. Gravity.
No, never will.
Okay.
And honestly, in all honesty, the Pittsburgh Steelers actually, they played really well, in my opinion, in the first half. DK Metcalf had 120 yards in the first half. I think he only had 135 yards coming into the game. Like, they were getting the ball to him in a multitude of ways. The offensive line looked better. They were running the ball better. The defense finally is starting to come around after those first 2 weeks of getting just ran through. And so they're getting to the quarterback. They had 6 sacks yesterday. I just talked about T.J. Watt, how impressive he is coming off the edge and making that interception. Like, they're finding ways, and they were hitting people in the secondary. Like, they played a much better game. Now, I didn't like how they finished the game because I think they had an opportunity definitely to go up by 6 points, which we were talking to Marshall. I was talking to you about. If you take that field goal instead of trying to punch it in there on the fourth down play, now you forced Minnesota to go the length of the field rather than getting to the 30 or 40-yard line to kick a field goal.
Which they couldn't do.
Yeah, well, fortunately for us, we still got to stop. But I thought they played really well. I think they're starting to come around. It was more creativity in the play calling. It was more ways to get the ball out of your hand. They took some chances downfield. I thought they played a really good game for about 3 quarters, and then that fourth quarter, there were some things that I didn't like. But all in all, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be a better team than a lot of you all expected.
Especially now. With the
Don't
other
be
teams being
surprised
hurt.
if they lose 30-0 next week.
Did they go to Carolina?
No, I'm just saying, like,
They
if you
play the
play the
Browns next
Vikings and win, just know that it could be a fluke.
That's right. You're right, Marsh.
So, don't be shocked if the Browns win next week.
We got the
You're-
Browns at
London.
home. Don't worry about it.
Well, that's what I thought.
No, the Browns are
Famer.
playing the Vikings next week.
Your favorite player.
Joe Flacco? He's got no help over
The
there.
Browns
The Browns are playing the Vikings.
The Browns are playing the Vikings
Oh, the
next week.
Steelers got a bye next week.
Oh, you're good. You're
we're
fine
good.
then. Yeah. All right. We had mentioned this. So the Chiefs, the The demise of the Chiefs was greatly overstated, and you saw it again yesterday at Arrowhead. Baltimore goes in there. They take an early 7-0 lead, but again, the 6 starters injured defensively, including their main defensive tackle, who is now out for the year, by the way. Done. The Ravens defensively are in some trouble. Like they can still come back and be a playoff team. They're in a lot of trouble. But the Chiefs get Xavier Worthy back. At some point, they'll get Rashee Rice back. Xavier Worthy immediately makes an impact in that game. And Mahomes, 270 yards, 4 touchdowns. He was excellent. And Kansas City moved the ball up and down the field on them from about the second quarter to the end of the game. That looked like the Kansas City Chiefs that has either appeared in Super Bowls or won Super Bowls, and all it took was them getting Xavier Worthy back. Now, they still can't run the ball effectively.
At all.
They still can't run the ball, but when Rice comes back, they're going to be fine.
But they don't have the thing about Kansas City, they don't have to run the ball effectively in a sense because most of the times they're in 3rd and short. Mm-hmm. So if you get 3 yards, you got the first down, you got a new set of downs, and you get to roll and continue to play. Marlon Humphrey got to figure out.
Baltimore.
What did I say?
No, it was at Arrowhead.
It was at Arrowhead.
It was at Arrowhead.
Yeah, it was in Kansas City.
MH says game was in Baltimore.
Nope, it wasn't.
He's lying.
He's lying to me.
One thing, Marlon Humphrey got to figure out how to not continue to chase after receivers because he's always.
He does a good job, though, of tackling them downfield.
Well, yeah, but you shouldn't. Preferably, you don't want them to catch the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Just
He's a corner.
He's struggling. Baltimore didn't do well. I mean, it's nothing that they did extremely well yesterday. They turned the ball over. Lamar had that untimely fumble where he runs into his lineman. He threw an interception when he's trying to throw it to Mark Andrews. Great play by the linebacker that was covering Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
Like, there were too many turnovers, not playing well enough on the defensive side, which one of the conversations we said was I thought Baltimore had probably the second best roster in all of the NFL, but if they're banged up, if they're injured, if they can't get stops and can't get off the field,
don't matter.
And if you continue to turn the ball over in the manner in which they do, you're probably not going to win. They're not having success right now. And that Kansas City team, they don't run the ball well. But they still got Patrick Mahomes. Having Xavier Worthy back obviously showed and helped a lot. And you said that when Rashee Rice gets back in a couple of weeks, they might be a team that is the team that I thought that they would be to start the season.
They also like that kid Brashard Smith out of SMU, the 7th-round pick. They got the ball to him a couple of times. Like they're not featuring him at all. He's not in on long drives or anything like that. But they look like they're trying to get him up to speed.
They trust him out of the backfield and a little bit in the running game.
He's got a spark.
And then the other young man, Tyquan Thornton, has been doing he scored a touchdown yesterday. He's doing kind of what Rashee Rice, I think, is going to do when he gets back. But until then, they're finding ways for finding players to step up in the absence of Rashee Rice right now.
He was supposed to be the guy in New England a couple of years ago. Thornton, and Andy Reid takes a flyer on him, and he's been very good for them. All right, there's a lot of other games that we get to throughout the course of the show. Eagles remain undefeated despite Baker Mayfield's best efforts. And
that was close.
Man, Baker's a baller. Like he is just a player.
I like the Eagles.
I know you do,
and I like that they did the reverse fake tush push.
How are you going to stop that?
You can't.
You cannot stop that.
Give it up.
You have to sell out.
Give it up.
You have to sell out to stop the tush push.
That was beautiful.
Then they're going to start faking it.
That was beautiful.
You knew it was coming, too.
Beautiful. Don't get mad. It's okay. Almost.
Don't get mad, get better.
Yeah.
Don't get bitter, get better.
There you go.
Cam Fowler agrees to a 3-year extension with the Blues. We'll dive into that, and don't forget we do have Cam Fowler who will join us at 4:30. But we'll get into the Cam Fowler contract extension, what it means for the defense, not only this year but over the next couple of years. Next on 101 ESPN.
If you're planning to renovate your kitchen, your bathroom, or maybe some of those outdoor spaces, boy, that's a fun thing to do. Did a little bit of renovating of the outdoor space myself this year. And I called E&B Granite to help me out. They've helped me out before with my kitchen. They're the best in the business, and they've been here in the St. Louis area for over 20 years now. They've got a great selection of custom countertops. And when you go to look at the countertops, By the way, you don't just get a small sample. You can walk into the back and look at all of the different countertops that are available, the patterns and just the colors and all that stuff, so you know exactly what you're getting. Best way to do that, too, get down to 6135 Manchester Avenue. Talk to one of the in-house design staff. They're going to walk you through the entire process, and whether it's backsplash, countertop, cabinets, flooring, they have everything for you when you remodel your kitchen, your bathroom, or that outdoor living space. So please give them a call, book an appointment so that they're ready for you. That number is 314-645-9300. That's 314-645-9300, or you can visit them at enbgranite.com. ENB Granite, luxury for less in Missouri and Illinois.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Cardinals were swept over the weekend by the Chicago Cubs. They finished the 2025 season with a 78-84 record. Baseball season is over, and now we look to hockey. The Blues will start up here soon, and over the weekend, they gave Cam Fowler a 3-year contract extension, and we are going to dive into that deal next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. So the Blues and defenseman Cam Fowler agreed to a 3-year contract extension. Fowler will have a full no-trade clause starting now, and it will convert into a modified no-trade clause on January 1st of 2029. It's a 15-team no-trade list, according to Puckpedia. It all started with, we really wanted Cam here. We've loved everything he's done, and he loves it here. General Manager Doug Armstrong said it felt natural when we started to talk that both sides wanted to get something done. I'm reading that from Jeremy Rutherford's article at The Athletic. Jamie, this seems like a tremendous move for both sides. Cam Fowler, as soon as he was acquired last year from the Ducks, immediately fit in, provided veteran leadership, and now you're going to have that same veteran leadership for the next 3 years.
Yeah, I think it's an awesome job by Doug Armstrong. I happened to be at Enterprise Center Saturday night on the call with Curbs, and when Army made the announcement that they had gotten the deal done, and off camera, off air, talked to Army and just was like, hey, man, this is a great deal. And he was thrilled to have this done. Let me just ask you a question, because I know there's some people that are like, well, you know, he's 33 now, and, you know, he'll be 37, and $6.1 million. I get it. Who do you think the best defenseman on the Blues was last year?
Last season?
Last year. All in, the best defenseman.
Colton Parayko.
Okay. It's good. That's a good answer. Who do you think was the next best defenseman?
Cam Fowler.
Okay. Colton Parayko makes $6.5 million. Cam Fowler makes $4 million right now. Mm-hmm. So with the inflation of the revenues and the league cap, everything's going up.
Sure.
So now Cam Fowler will get rewarded for that at 6.1, and he'll still be almost $4 million cheaper than Colton Parayko, and almost 400,000. Okay, and he'll be $400,000 cheaper than Justin Falk. You're playing Justin Falk $6.5 million right now. And it's not that I don't think Justin Falk is worth it, but Cam Fowler, to me, had more of an impact on every single game he played last year. And Justin Falk is 33 years old right now, making 6.5 this year and next year. So he'll be 34, turning into 35, making 6.5, whereas Fowler is 33, he'll be 34. It'll be 3 years down the road before he's 35, and he'll still only be making 6.1. Mm-hmm. And the cap will continue to grow. So for all those reasons, from a cap standpoint, I like this deal. From an actual hockey perspective, this deal is massive for your team because you now have solidified the top end of your blue line. You got Fowler, Parayko, Broberg, and then player X. Is it Falk this year? Is it Mayu this year? I'm not sure. And then when Lindstein's ready to come in, Jiricek, or that next wave of players, Falk will be off the books. Cam Fowler will still be playing top pair with Colton Parayko. Logan Mayu hopefully will be playing top four with Philip Broberg. Like, it just gives you tremendous depth moving forward. Mm-hmm. So I like that. And one of the things I did, and BK Ferraro kind of talked about a little bit, was I compared Cam Fowler to Jay Bouwmeester. And not from a all-around game. They're slightly different, but they're both excellent skaters. Therefore, if we look at Jay Bouwmeester, his final year before his heart attack or the heart failure, whatever you want to call that, he was 37. Condition. He was 37 years old. That was 2019, 2020. And he was making $3.25 million. Mm-hmm. So that's quite a bit of money back then on the cap. That was pre-pandemic, all that stuff, and then then the flattened cap for the pandemic. So Jay Bouwmeester was eating a big chunk of your salary cap. He produced 9 points in his final year at 37 years old. I think Cam Fowler can produce more than 9 points at 37 years old. So my point is, so if you're projecting moving forward, I don't see this deal hurting you. And if you have Cam Fowler playing like Jay Bouwmeester was, mm-hmm. I think we're going to be just fine.
Plus you get, and I don't need to tell you this, Jamie, but you get all that veteran leadership off the ice as well. You get him talking to Logan Mayu. You get him, providing that veteran steadiness mm-hmm. within that locker room and on the ice, somebody with so much experience and seemingly, I mean, you would know better than I would, Jamie, but somebody that seemingly is willing to share that advice with no issue or recourse. So.
Yeah. So I love the deal. I think it's awesome. A bit of a sidebar on this one, if we're sticking with the defense core for a second. Got a first chance to really look at Logan Mailloux play the other night.
You dropped the gloves.
So first of all, he skates maybe not as well, but pretty darn close to as well as Philip Broberg. The way he moves around, walks the blue line, he's evasive, he makes good plays with the puck. Like, he's a right-handed, in my opinion, right-handed version of Philip Broberg right now, except he'll bury you. And he talked about it when he was traded here. He's like, I also like to bring a little bit of nastiness. He hammered a guy on the wall, put him right down on his ass right there, and then he had to answer the bell because somebody came after him. He had no problem throwing the mitts down and chucking him on the call with Curbs. I said, Curbs, I think St. Louis is going to like this guy. I think St. Louis is going to like this guy.
I don't know, something about him.
Yeah. And all the reports I'm getting from the players, trainers, coaches, and everything, he's been a real treat to work with. He's like a sponge. He's listening to all the advice, listening to the coaching. He works his ass off. Saw him out there today working on one-timers with Cam Fowler out on the ice. So, again, back to your leadership. Cam Fowler's out there with the younger defenseman working on some things. They're working on things together. Braden Shen was on the ice working with Dalibor Dvorsky. Dylan Holloway was working with Dvorsky as well. So, like, there's a lot of this. I'll call it the Ryan O'Reilly carryover that's happening with this Blues team right now.
Nice.
It looks pretty good.
Well, good. Again, we'll have Cam Fowler on with us at 4:30, so we'll chat with him about the contract extension and some of the things that led up to Cam Fowler signing this contract extension for 3 years. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Does the NFL need to do away with ties? Jamie got a little bent out of shape last night watching the Cowboys and Packers.
Always in one.
That's next on 101 ESPN. This September, so next couple of days here, it's kickoff time at Auto Centers Nissan, which means you can take advantage of the sales that they have going on right now, such as 0% APR for 60 months, 0 down and no payments for 3 months on the 2025 Rogue, Pathfinder, and Murano, all built in the United States and backed by Nissan's top ranking in the latest J.D. Power initial quality study. So we're talking about award-winning quality right from day one. If you're shopping used, Auto Centers have got a massive selection, not only new Nissans, but pre-owned vehicles as well, different makes, different models. In fact, they've got over 1,000 vehicles all in one massive location right off I-55 in Herculaneum and just minutes from South County. No games, no lot hopping. You don't have to drive around the greater St. Louis and Illinois area looking for real savings and real selection because they've got it at Auto Centers Nissan. Every new Nissan comes with rock bottom dealer pricing, their exclusive lifetime warranty, and a 30-day return promise. So head to Herculaneum, tell them Stalter sent you, or check them out online at autocentersnissan.com. It's Auto Centers Nissan. Fastline on 101 at ESPN. Some listeners have been critical of our Cam Fowler take there in the snake pit.
Oh, really?
Saying, we didn't say anything negative. Deal might not work out.
Well, okay. Okay, so hang on. Let's play this game for a second. Just for a second. So he has a no-trade clause right now. Why would you trade him? Just wondering. And by the time that he might hit the age where you're like, okay, we're done with this experiment, so the Nick Leddy situation or whatever, Army put in there a modified no-trade clause for the last year. So that means there's 15 teams that he can say he won't go to, and there's 15 teams that Doug Armstrong can openly trade with.
Well,
I don't see the downside to this.
Here's the thing, though. We've never seen Doug Armstrong move on from a player, though.
You have.
What?
Look, he'll let you leave. He'll get you up out of there. You ain't doing well enough.
Nick Leddy.
Name one guy.
Guys, Nick Leddy had a full no-trade clause, and he would not move it to go to San Jose.
Yeah.
So Army waived him, and San Jose picked him up on waivers. Just saying. That was a full no-trade clause, by the way.
Right.
Not a 15 team. So the downside, I guess, if we're going to play devil's advocate just for a second, the downside is that all of a sudden his skating falls off a cliff and he can't keep up anymore. I've never really seen that. Even last year, Nick Leddy at his lowest point, when he was still nursing through injuries and whatnot, could still get around the ice good enough. And I, in my opinion, Cam Fowler's a better player than Nick Leddy and a better skater as far as like his edge work and all that. Nick Leddy had great speed, don't get me wrong. Get out of the zone, 2-3 hard strides. But Cam Fowler's edge work is much better than what Nick Leddy's was.
Yeah.
So, anyways, there could always be a what if. There could be. But I just don't see that right now. Maybe I'm blind. I don't know. Marshy, what do you think?
Well, I think he's going to be fine. I think he's going to be fine. I mean, you sort of laid it out there. If the Blues want to move on from a player, they will. That's his bottom line. They will.
You know, the other thing, too.
That could be said by anybody.
Exactly.
What if Parayko starts to, his back hurts again and he plays like he did that one year? What if Robert Thomas? What if Jordan Kyrou goes back?
Yeah, and also, what if he plays lights out? The Blues have one of the best D pairings in all of the NHL, and the Blues go super far in the playoffs. It could go both ways.
I'm going to throw something out there. Some deals don't work out.
Anthony, what? That's not true.
Doesn't mean it wasn't a good decision at the time. But just like everybody else, Doug Armstrong or name your favorite GM, they're dealing with the information that they have in front of them to make the decision, just as you would as you walk around in your day. Some decisions might not work out.
I think some people are, and the people in the snake pit that are saying these things, maybe they feel a certain way about this because we've seen in the past, Scandella, you give him the contract, didn't work out. Nick Leddy, you give him the contract, didn't work out. So there are players in the past, in recent memory, that basically got the same type of, and I'm not saying the same numbers by any means, but it didn't really work out.
Yeah, we also had Jay Bowmeister, who people tried to run out of town.
Well, absolutely.
And then he got this kind of a deal to end his career. And at 37, he was still playing top pair minutes with Colton Parayko until his incident.
And Marsh, you're echoing what people are saying right now. Some people are saying right now. My thing is,
it happens.
You're gonna have guys that don't pan out. Nick Leddy was really good when they acquired him from Detroit. Then they decided to re-up, didn't work out. Some contracts don't work out. What if it doesn't work out? Well, good thing you have somebody in Doug Armstrong that does a phenomenal job of pivoting, as opposed to, I don't know, the baseball team that we all root for that sticks with the mistake.
What did they do?
Over and over and over and over again. We traded for this guy. We know he can't pitch, but we're gonna stick with him.
Sometimes you got to see it through, Anthony.
In most walks of life, CD, I agree with that. Not when the Cardinals are in charge.
Let's go one step further just for a second. What if 2 years from now, Philip Broberg is playing in the top pair? Because Philip Broberg, by the way, next year and for 7 more years after that or whatever it is, he's going to make about $8-9 million a year. He will be your highest paid defenseman by far. So it's inevitable that he has to become your top pair defenseman. I don't have a problem with that. I think Philip Broberg is going to be a pretty damn good player. But my point is if you're worried about Cam Fowler, I don't know about the 6.1 in 2 years, and we're handcuffed. Are you really handcuffed if Cam Fowler turns out to be your second pair left-handed shot defenseman playing alongside Colton Parayko? Because now Logan Mayhew and Philip Broberg are there, or Lindstein and Broberg are the top pair. Like, are you really upset? Like, I'm just not. And if he's really not that good, like, you will be able to move on from him at some point.
Correct.
Whereas some of these other deals with no movement clause, this is why Army doesn't give the no movement clause. Because it's inevitable at some point the player will need to be moved or should be, and you can't. So,
All right. That's Jamie Rivers, and Jamie was quite ticked off last night after he saw a very entertaining Cowboys-Packers game end in a tie. Almost wasn't a tie because Jordan Love, who was phenomenal.
I don't know what that was.
He was phenomenal for 58 minutes of that game. So was Dak. Like, those two quarterbacks put on a show. So I'm not talking about Jordan Love's entire game. The wide majority of the game, he was outstanding. He almost fast-laned that whole situation up. If that ball doesn't hit a defender or there's receiver or something, and the ball drops, there would have been no time on the clock, and the Packers would have lost that game. ... Jamie.
I don't put that on Jordan Love. That's on Matt LaFleur.
Why?
Because he's in his head, he's in his ear telling him, hey, run this play.
Sure.
If he wanted to spike it, he would have told him, clock, meaning spike the ball. We're not running a play. It's not enough time to get a play off.
That's fine.
So I blame.
You have to speed up.
But I can only go as fast as the information that I'm getting. So
why isn't Jordan Love in that situation then? Why isn't he?
That's a conversation. That's a conversation that I'm sure they had after, at one point, hey, we're going to go for it on third down. We're not going to spike it. We're going to go for it because I'm getting this information in real time, and I'm probably getting the play. And maybe Matt LaFleur doesn't trust him, or maybe he was calling the play. But if I'm the head coach and I don't want you to call a play, I'm telling you, clock it. We don't have enough time. So the game management part, you can blame Jordan Love for that, but the blame falls on Matt LaFleur. If they don't get a field goal attempt, that's Matt LaFleur's fault. It's not Jordan Love's fault. So,
okay.
in my opinion, because he's the head coach.
Then at what point do you put that situation? I mean, you would put Jordan Love in a 2-minute and allow him to run the offense.
But you can't throw a ball inbounds to a running back and then say, okay, it's 19 seconds left and we're going to take our time. Like, at some point, as the head coach, I'm the adult in the room. This ain't going fast enough. Clock it. We got to get this field goal off. We'll live with a tie.
Sure.
It's nothing else we can do. They threw the ball to Emmanuel Williams. He caught it. He gets tackled inbounds. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, they're just gonna let the clock run down to about 3 or 4 seconds, clock it, and then be off with the field goal, and the game is gonna be tied. That's on the communication, all of the way that they went about their business to finish that drive or to finish that field goal opportunity. They did almost blow it, and it could have easily been a Green Bay loss. And then you're looking at Matt LaFleur and like, what the hell are you doing? Because your whole process of getting that play called and getting that play ran and barely having enough time to have the ball hit the back of a Cowboys, like, that's luck. That was not. They were trying to win the game.
Absolutely, yeah.
Which is fine.
But I'm saying if that ball sails into the,
it was
over.
luck. And so your process needed to be much faster than it was. It wasn't fast enough, and they were fortunate enough to be able to have that ball hit the back of the Cowboys defender and fall to the ground with 1 second left. I'm sure Cowboys fans were like, why the hell is that clock moving so slow?
I was wondering.
that guy's getting fired today.
The home team, the home game like that thing doesn't hit 0, that guy's got to get fired. You let it hit 0, and you force them.
The NFL, the referee says 1 second left on the clock.
You force them to tell you.
Yeah, go review it.
Yeah.
CD, I completely understand what you're saying. We've seen veteran quarterbacks like Jordan Love take control in that spot, and maybe that is a conversation that Matt LaFleur has to have with this guy.
It was bad.
Jamie, though, you You think they should do away with the ties because this isn't soccer?
Yeah, it's terrible. It ruined my night completely.
Yeah.
You did leave us a message
Yeah, it was
about
terrible.
how ruined your night was, and it gave us an analogy that I
Gary,
thought was spot
for
on.
me, it would be like doing something for an extended period of time and never getting rewarded.
Yeah. It's
Make
tough.
it
Like hard work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes, but hard work is good work.
Yeah.
And then when you don't get rewarded or there's no, finish line,
Sure.
then it
You get
seems like you
frustrated.
did all of that for nothing.
Yeah.
So last night, as I'm watching it, I'm having a couple of drinks, and I'm excited because I get to pour a little bit more for overtime, right? Because we're going to be here. No. Why not go to I know the NFLPA and all that stuff. They don't want to be like, well, play forever, the players get hurt. Go to the 2-point conversion. At some point, someone's going to get a stop.
So the reason
Someone's going to get a damn stop, Carey.
And Jamie, the reason why it hasn't taken place is because they don't want. It is a health concern. The more plays you play, the more likely you are to get hurt.
Okay. So then, give me this then, okay? So I expect you to say, well, look at the NHL. They only play a little overtime for 5 minutes and they're done. But
I
that's
wasn't
not
going
what
to say
Carey
that.
sounds like.
I wasn't going to say that.
It's not what Carey sounds like.
Yeah, a little bit in my head.
Well, if the NFL's so concerned about health, maybe they should, I don't know, fix the fields. Why don't you start there?
Whoa, what?
So
You
players
could start
don't
with
get hurt.
MetLife Stadium, by the
Yeah.
way.
How about that?
But my point to this is, you go through that, and then let's line up the kickers then.
Who in the hell wants to watch kickers kick footballs?
I'm going to finish
win
my
a
thought,
game?
okay? Who the hell wants to watch an NHL shootout? Really, a skills
That's
competition?
better than a field goal.
Well, what's your suggestion then?
You got the best players in hockey.
So what do we do?
Hold on. In hockey,
The
you
Hail
got
Mary
the best
pass?
players. No, there's an injury risk. In hockey, you got the best
done with this
players
guy.
doing the shootout. Do you want to watch a field goal kicker that 90% of the
I tell you
fans
what,
don't
I don't
even
want to
know?
watch, Carey, is a damn tie.
Wait to the playoffs, then
It's
they
a
don't have
tie.
ties.
Blah!
It's a game. It happens.
I wanted to poke myself in both eyes
At least-
as punishment for watching
So
that.
you'd have been more upset if the Cowboys go down and score and Jordan Love doesn't get the ball back. They adjusted. They made it so both teams get the damn ball
You're
now.
allowed to say the current system sucks. You're allowed to say it. You're no longer in the NFLPA.
I don't have a problem
I won't
with
report you.
I don't have a problem
I won't
with,
report you.
with a tie.
It was
That-
bad.
You know what, Anthony? Every freaking week, there's something Carey says that surprises the ish out of me. Like
And this is it.
when he condones players for like not working hard or
I don't
sitting out.
condone
Like,
that.
and then this, I'm okay with a tie. I like to play, win at all costs. I'll rip your face off because I like to win. But I'm okay
That
with a tie.
sounds more like Carey.
But I'm okay
That
with a
does
tie.
sound like that. Did sound like me.
I'm done with this. Go to freaking break.
Second highest scoring tie in NFL history.
This is dumb. Go to break. 101 ESPN. You listen to the Fast Lane.
We got 2 Monday Night Football games on tonight, and you may not like either matchup, but you can still play at Underdog. You can get paid for your football takes. Playing at Underdog is super easy, and of course you can play right here in Missouri, but you just choose whether or not a player is going to go higher or lower on their stats. So, for example, I actually think Tyreek Hill is going to have a bit of a quiet night tonight. I don't think the Dolphins are going to necessarily need to throw the ball as much as they normally do. I have Tyreek Hill lower than 5.5 receptions. Conversely, on the other side, though, I have Garrett Wilson of the Jets higher than 5.5 receptions. Those are a couple of my picks. How you want to build your card, completely up to you. But if you get your entries right, you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. And you can play for as little as $1, too. The entry fees aren't this exorbitant, ridiculous, $100. It's just one. You could play for $1. Play for $5 if you want, $10 if you want. You get the idea. Download the app today. Sign up with my promo code Anthony to score $100 $100 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. Again, that promo code is Anthony. Make sure you type in my first name after you download the Underdog app or you go to the website to sign up. Just type in my first name, Anthony, and you get $100 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. Underdog, make plays, win money. Must be 18 or older and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms. _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. Your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. The 2025 MLB postseason is set. What an absolute choke job by the New York Mets. Oh. The collapse was finalized over the weekend. The Reds.
What's their payroll again?
Let's see.
A whole lot of money.
I mean, it's a lot. Are they luxury tax still?
I don't think so. I think they worked out of that. Let's see. The Mets are second. Second behind the Dodgers.
What's the payroll?
Total payroll, $342 million.
So they are luxury tax.
Yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. That's a bad look.
That certainly is. Anyway, so yeah, they completely collapsed. Now they finished with 83 wins. So did the Reds, 83 and 79. Some people on Twitter are like, "Oh, look, the Reds! Look what they were able to accomplish." Realize the Cardinals won 83 games last year. It's as much about the muddled middle in the National League as it is about those teams' ability to secure a playoff spot. 83 wins this year for the Reds. They made the playoffs. Good for them. So the Cubs, Padres, and Reds are your wild card teams. Obviously, the Phillies, Brewers, and Dodgers won their respective divisions. In the American League, the Blue Jays, Yankees, and Red Sox in the AL East all made the playoffs. Mm-hmm. In the Central, the Guardians won the division despite the fact that the Tigers had at one point, I believe, a 50-game lead over them. Mm-hmm. And the rest of the division.
It was a lot.
Yeah. So the Tigers, though, become a wild card team. The Mariners win their division, and the Astros and Rangers were eliminated. Specifically the Astros. They won 87 games. So there you have it. Playoffs are set. Anybody excited for this?
Mama Rivers is excited for her Blue Jays.
Good for her. I think that's great. I mean it.
I thought
He didn't sound. He sounded kind of like.
No. Seriously, good for her. Yeah. I love Mama Rivers.
I know, that didn't come across.
It didn't sound good.
No, I do. I love her. I think it's great. I do.
She is.
Tread lightly. You think I'm a handful. Good luck when she comes back.
I've met her. I know. She's sweet, but she'll kill you.
She will stab you in the face.
Yeah, no doubt.
And sleep like a baby.
She'll get extra sleep.
I'm tired from stabbing that Anthony.
You give the Reds a chance against the Dodgers?
Nah.
Okay.
No. Nah.
Red Sox Yankees should be a great matchup.
Absolutely.
That's like historic. That's going to be fun. I'm excited about the playoffs. I'm surprised you guys aren't. You get the Cubs and the Brewers potentially in the NLDS.
The only thing I love early on is that we get day games.
Day baseball is wonderful.
Day playoff baseball.
All right.
Love it. So
behind that.
Tomorrow you got the Tigers and Guardians, and Padres and Cubs, then Red Sox, Yankees, and Reds, Dodgers.
Do any one of us give the Brewers a chance to get to the World Series?
No, I think I just skip right past them.
That's crazy, isn't it?
I know, because they're
Best
so
team
good.
in baseball.
They're so
97 wins.
Yep. Now, the Dodgers have a lot of bullpen issues, so I could see them falling short.
Yeah, but the Dodgers are going to start putting some of their starters in the bullpen.
Probably.
Like Ohtani said that he would go to the bullpen.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hell of a pitcher.
The Dodgers will be fine, but they got bullpen problems.
I think.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say that this MLB season has just been mid. I think the postseason bracket looks mid. And just the way I think baseball is operating, to me, they deserve a Guardians and Brewers World Series.
Look what the Cardinals have done to Marshy.
No, this is not
Look
just
what
the
the
Cardinals.
have done to Marshy.
This is baseball.
No. The Cardinals have done this to you, Marshy, because you know what? I used to see a little twinkle in your eye. I go back last year before. Even though the Cardinals were not in the playoffs, Marshy was excited. Congratulations, Cardinals. You've sucked the last bit of life out of Andrew Marsh. He doesn't even want to watch MLB playoffs anymore.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying baseball, they have allowed mediocre teams to make the playoffs. They've incentivized being mediocre, and I hope they get a mediocre World Series.
Yeah, but if they do, Marshy, here's the killer part of this. If they get a mediocre World Series, I'm saying, is why we do that.
And this is
just
why.
Get in. You can get there.
They're going to say that anyways.
So what you need, if we're looking at it, you want the Blue Jays against the Phillies in the World Series.
What?
Or the Dodgers.
They're not going to spend money. The Cardinals aren't going to spend money. It doesn't matter. The Cardinals aren't going to spend money, even if they do watch the Blue Jays. And
I'm just saying, for any other team that's looking on, to say, okay, well, we should spend more money, or or pick the Yankees if you want. You have them. I'm just trying to pick two of the highest paying teams in the league in the top five that's what you want ultimately.
Well, it's still, you still have the highest payrolls in the playoffs.
Not the Mets.
Dodgers, well, not the Mets, but the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Phillies, the Blue Jays, the Red Sox, the Padres. Like the Cubs are number 11. Like you still have. It's not like the rich ain't.
No, but Marshy's talking about the lowest of the lows.
Who, like the Brewers?
Well, the Guardians don't. Their payroll isn't very high.
Yeah, they're 25.
And the Brewers, their payroll can't be that high.
21.
Yeah.
But everybody else is in the top 11.
The Cardinals are probably hoping the Guardians do play the Brewers in the World Series so they can say, look, we can do that. We don't have to spend a ton of money, and we can make it to the World Series here in the next 6 years.
Well, they're going to say that anyways about making the playoffs. So
and that's really all that they, that's all we look for. No?
Nah, I don't care.
Who do you guys think does make the World Series and wins it?
Oh, it's obvious.
Ethan, who do you really think is going to win the World Series?
I think that the Phillies are going to win the World Series.
Wow.
I don't know.
He doesn't care either. He doesn't care either.
He didn't care to begin
Anthony,
with.
you had this twinkle in your eye when I first started working here 5 years ago, and it's been sucked out of you.
Marshy, he's never had a twinkle in his eye.
That's a lie. I've seen it.
I thought you were a Yankees fan. You don't.
My dad's a Yankees fan.
You don't go with the Yankees like you do with the Chiefs come playoff time.
No,
this is your time to shine.
No,
he's not going with the Dodgers.
No, he does that.
Yeah.
No, this is your time.
It's your time to shine, CD.
You got the Yankees. You have.
I don't want to see.
Hey, let's play a little game here.
You got the Yankees.
Let's play a little game. Let's all pick a team.
All right,
So Carey's Dodgers. We'll give Carey the Dodgers. Marshy, pick a team.
I think at the beginning of the year, I picked the Phillies to win the World Series, but it sounds like Anthony wants them. So,
No, you can take them. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll go with the Phillies. Then.
There you go.
Go with Detroit, Anthony. You lived there for a while.
I did. Yeah. I'll go with the Seattle Mariners.
That's a good pick.
You know why?
They're a fun team.
They have pitching. They have pitching. And everybody keeps talking about offense. We need more offense. As soon as people around here started saying, we need more offense, whole organization started a crater. Give me the pitching.
Okay.
Go Mariners.
I'll go with Mama's Blue Jays. Let's go.
Kind of saw that coming.
Yep.
I respect it.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
All right, so Jamie's rooting for Mama's Blue Jays. CD's going with his Dodgers. Marsh selected the Phillies, and I went with the Mariners. And I'll be able to tell if my parents are listening to the show right now or not, because I just broke my dad's heart.
How horrible would this 2025 year be for St. Louis if the Cubs make it to the World Series?
It'd be pretty rough.
Would.
But we'd have to be watching.
We can get a Cubs Reds NLCS.
Nah.
It'd be awesome. Wouldn't
Damn,
it?
Carey.
Nah. Yo, it was awesome. You're a Illini getting it done over the weekend. They tried to give it away.
Yeah.
And the refs tried to give it away.
Hey,
How the hell was that a fumble?
That's a terrible call,
what
man.
what are we doing? And then the Oregon kid had like a blade of grass touch his knee, and they're like,
he's down.
Well, he was down by a mile.
What the hell, man?
I was rooting for the Oregon Ducks too, but
No, he's down, honey. He's down.
if you saw the fumble, I'll put in air quotes, in the Illinois game. Wow.
It's disappointing.
Yeah, certainly. Anyways, we'll get to our college football carousel week 5. Jamie said after the I just got a text from my dad.
You're out of the
Shame.
will. You're out of the will.
Get him, Mr. Stalter.
I just changed the will.
I was playing. Good for him. What's your dad's name?
Daryl.
Attaboy, Daryl.
Let him know.
Yeah, let him know you're there.
Sorry, Dad. You know what? I've always rooted for his Yankees, and they haven't won in a while, so maybe they
Why
will.
didn't you go back to the Yankees? You rooted for them last year.
They're
I know
not
it was
pitching.
out of spite against me.
Yes, it was.
They got-
No, it was for him, too. No, I mean, the spite for you and love for my dad.
So you don't love them this year?
I do, but
No, I'm talking about your father. I'm not talking about the Yankees.
yeah, I know I love my dad.
But what?
They're not pitching. He knows it.
Hey, you don't follow I love my dad with a butt.
I love my dad. Period. They don't have pitching. He knows it.
That's cold. Next time he's here, Carey, don't wait. Don't help him. Let his dad beat his ass in the parking lot.
With my own tools. All right,
The
college
neighbor's tools anyway.
probably. It gets mixed up, you know? The tools get mixed up. College football carousel week 5. We'll get into what Jamie described as an absolute fun. I'm all in on college football right now weekend. That's next on 101 ESPN.
Urban Chestnut, they had an unbelievable weekend, by the way, Friday and Saturday. I'm sure you were down there, but if you weren't, Oktoberfest was absolutely off the charts. So many great things that were going on. What I loved the most about it was just it's a family event. You got a whole bunch of people there that are having a great time, and they got things for the kids and whatnot. But the one thing I'm really excited about is the launch of Zwickel Light. It's the unofficial beer of St. Louis hockey. I've declared it right here on these airwaves. It's a locally brewed beer with crisp, clean, refreshing taste. 95 calories. That's it. 95 calories, 3.7 carbs. It's unbelievable. It's going to be something that you love to drink, whether it's at family get-togethers, tailgating, parties, you name it. Zwickel Light will be right there for you. And the best is brewed here in St. Louis, locally at the Urban Chestnut Brewery, which I love. And the people over there at Urban Chestnut, they've got so many great things that are happening here in the next calendar year. The Zwickel Light, by far, is the highlight of all of it. And I can't wait to continue to enjoy some cold beverages with all of you here in the St. Louis area, drinking the unofficial beer of St. Louis hockey. That is Zwickel Light. Keep it light. Keep it local over at Urban Chestnut.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. What a wild weekend it was in college football. We saw some big-time upsets, some fantastic games all the way around. Actually started with that double overtime upset on Friday night as Virginia beat Florida State 46-38. I didn't even think Florida State was going to be able to force overtime, but they were able to, after Virginia scored to take the lead, they drove down the field and wound up scoring a touchdown, even force OT. But number 8, Florida State falls in Virginia. Did you guys see the end of that game, by the way, where the students...
that was rough.
Dude.
That's a little scary.
When the wide receiver for Florida State was engulfed by the fans, because he tried to make the play, he lands on the ground, and then the students rush the field. Like, you couldn't see him in a blink.
Apparently, one of the Virginia players went over and stood in front of him.
Yeah.
So the students, because the students wouldn't obviously hit him, or you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but it was crazy.
I thought it was big time professional.
Listen, I'm not going to go off on a tangent here. I think that the atmosphere for college football is incredible. I don't know how much I love storming the field. It puts the fan at risk and the athlete. Like if someone stormed the ice surface, you don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Especially in college. Now if a player, so imagine this. You have the students storming the field, right? And we're kind of talking about the one player that kind of gets trampled a little bit. Can you imagine what we'd be talking about right now if they had video of one of the Florida State players just cold cocking someone right between the eyes because these students are running into him, bumping him, grabbing his helmet, and he just boom, one bomb. All hell would be raised.
You're right. Yeah,
I agree with that. I do disagree though. I think storming the field is an exciting time for college students, college fans. It's an environment.
Carey Davis enjoying a field of people that are running into him, bumping into him.
You tell me, did we win or lose?
No, you lost.
I'm pissed off.
So
and I don't want anybody
snot-nosed drunk kid. As
long as them storming the field does not interact with me, I don't.
We just saw that.
If they're interacting,
There was no way they weren't interacting.
No.
with the
I'm saying if
players.
they're running on the field, but if you stop from running on the field to cheer on your team and you stop to get in my face, I'm probably going to choke the hell out of you. I
What
almost
if
cursed.
2 or 3 of them are running through? But what if 2 or 3 of them are running through and they just like hit you like from behind? They keep running.
I'm going to get up and hit the next person that hit me, or that
You're
it might not
proving my
even.
point.
No, I'm not. I agree. I think I think it's fine as long as you aren't being a jerk and taunting or hovering over or running into the opposing player. If you're disrespectful, and again, it's college kids. They're drunk. They're all college kids, the ones that are on the field and the ones that are running on the field. I think it's fine as long as you are respectful. And I think that's the part of college athletics that we respect one another. You talked about the Virginia player hovering over the Florida State player. They just had a hard-fought game, but I respect you enough to not allow you to get hurt by our fans storming the field. More people need to have kind of that same respect and that same mindset and making sure that they're not being disrespectful. Because if you get punched in the face for taunting a 250-pound linebacker, I think you're stupid and you deserved it.
Yeah.
And it is what it is.
And I get the excitement, all that. I don't know. It is what it is.
So anyway, Florida State, they go down for the first time. But let's, Carey, what a wild game that you saw in Champaign. Illinois gets off the mat following an embarrassing loss to Indiana. Yeah. And I thought they dominated USC. I know the game was close, but the fumbles, the one was not a fumble at all. Yeah. I don't know what angle they had to show that. I mean, it looked like he'd been down. His whole body was down.
His back was on the ground. He had both hands protecting the football, and a USC player ripped it out of there, and they called it a fumble. Yeah. That was a terrible call. I mean, atrocious. That could be, that could have been something much worse than it was. Illinois fumbled one time, I'll say, on the goal line. Khalil Valentine looked like he was about to walk into the end zone and just popped out into the back of the end zone, and it became a safety, which you hate, and I hate it now as well. But
did you see Mitchell for the Colts do the same thing? As he was going in, he dropped it.
He tried to celebrate.
I'm actually okay with that.
Because it's a dumbass decision.
Yeah.
But the first fumble by Caden Fagan was not a fumble, as you mentioned. Mm-hmm. Illinois had an opportunity to go up. Should have beat them by 2 touchdowns, in my opinion, easily. The only time USC led the game was when they scored that go-ahead touchdown late in the fourth quarter with 1 minute and 55 seconds. They were down the entire game, and Illinois played a much better game than they had played the week before at Indiana. Now Jaden Mayava, the quarterback for USC, threw for a lot of yards.
Awesome.
He's a really good football player. Lincoln Riley, he knows offense. He calls offense. He does a great job. But I think Illinois answered some of the questions that they didn't answer the week before. And they had a really good game. And they had an opportunity, like I said, to beat that USC team by a couple of touchdowns, fumbled away a few opportunities there at the goal line, but was able to get the win at the end.
The best play call that Lincoln Riley had didn't even count because the offensive lineman was downfield. So that play call was incredible.
It was a beautiful play. It was a reverse pitch back to the quarterback, receiver wide open.
But the quarterback was not in the backfield. He was along the sideline.
He was on the sideline, right. They ran a couple of situations where they had wildcat, where they direct snap to the running back. They ran a reverse, toss back to the quarterback. The reason that happened, a couple of plays before that, their starting center got hurt. Down. He hurt something. He was on crutches for the entire rest of the game. The backup center snaps it. He's the one downfield, and the play gets called back. And you got to know that young man didn't practice that play all week long.
Yeah, but isn't more reason just stay put?
The 3 yards.
Get your hands up.
It's 3 yards. 3 yards is all he was, and
it's tough.
Whew.
You can see that young man too. Like as the USC players go, he's like, "Yeah, we're number one." You're like, "Dude, you were about to
they have this penalty on you."
Yeah.
Who is the team? Forever right now, my brain is fogged up. Who threw the pass to the offensive lineman? And then
that was Alabama. That was beautiful.
That was first of all, see all the shifting before that? They're moving players around, all this, and then all of a sudden they do a little screen pass.
Who the hell throws it to a 300-pound tackle?
Did you see?
And he looked like he was about to get in the zone.
Did you see all the Georgia players were bouncing off of this dude? His own guys were bouncing off of him.
That's what we call a business decision. The Georgia Bulldogs deep backs were like, this is a business decision. I got things to do after this game.
He trucked his own wide receivers that were in front of him, too.
That was awesome. I didn't like that.
Kalen DeBoer has owned Georgia in the first half of the last 2 seasons. I mean, has chalkboard designed their play calling and their game plan, everything in the first half against Georgia the last 2 years have been sensational. Georgia offense, I don't know why they keep going back to Mike Bobo as their offensive coordinator. It's brutal. It's brutal to watch. But Alabama now, and we talked about Kansas City, the demise of the Chiefs was greatly overestimated there, or stated, I should say. Same thing with Alabama. Yeah. Alabama lost to Florida State on the road in a revenge spot for Florida State because of them being left out for Alabama a couple years ago. They lose their tough environment, and since that point, Alabama has looked very sharp.
They got a big one this weekend versus Vanderbilt.
They do.
Yeah, even better one the following weekend
against Mizzou. Alabama's beatable. You can run on them, and they don't play mobile quarterbacks well. So this is going to be interesting to watch what Diego Pavi and Vanderbilt,
and they beat them last year.
Run a unique offense, as you mentioned, Carey. Beat them last year. Now they got to go back to They got to go to Tuscaloosa. But 5-0 Vanderbilt versus 3-1 Alabama. That one's going to be very interesting. But yeah, Alabama gets it done against Georgia. The big game though was Oregon and Penn State. Oregon looked like they were in control of that game. It felt like they were in control. Even though they were up by 7 going in the fourth quarter, it felt like they were more in control if you watched that game. Drew Aller did nothing outside of the one deep pass. And, Carey, you have brought this up before with Drew Aller. He's fine. He's fine. Big games, though, it's just there is always something left to be desired.
Don't blame him, Mr. Coach.
With his game. It's James Franklin's fault.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Mark. I texted you all after they went down, was it 14 to they were down by 2 touchdowns, I believe, at one point. Or maybe I think Oregon went up by 2 touchdowns. And they were yelling, the chant was fire Franklin. Like they were chanting fire Franklin. Crazy. With plenty of time left, and they did finally come down, score, get that game tied up, and force it into overtime. But James Franklin, and again, I said this before they played the game last week, it's not all on him, man. Your best players have to show up, and they have to be your best players. Yep. And Drew Aller, he's supposed to be a first-round quarterback. He looked like just a guy oftentimes. And it might be something to do with the play calling because they did open it up and give him a chance to stretch the field, but he just looked like a guy at times during that game.
Drew Aller 0-6 against AP top 6 ranked opponents after the loss against Oregon. James Franklin, his record against good teams, also not great. 1-15 versus top 5 opponents. 4-21 against top 10 opponents. We talked about it last week. The guy was the poster child of not winning the big one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to give him a little...
And he didn't.
I'm going to give him a little leeway on this one. Look, one, it falls back into his bucket of not being able to do it. I get it.
Yeah.
But I personally feel like Oregon is the best team in the country. I do. I think they're the best college football team in the nation. And so to lose to that team, yes, it sucks because it's a big game. But if Oregon goes on to win the national championship, you'll look back and say, well, he lost to the best team in the nation.
Do you have that perspective, though? Because Penn State and their fans think that they should be one of the best teams in the nation.
Well, they should.
And year after year, they continue to not be that team. But you got to beat that team if you want to be the team.
I totally agree with that.
I'm with you 100%.
I'm not saying that attitude is wrong. Right. I'm just saying if we look back.
Oh, us, yes.
Yeah, us, independently.
Then, I'd be mad.
I like what Dante Moore did. I think for a young player, going into that environment. At one point, I was like, is he nervous?
His eyeballs, he looked a little bit, I was like, man, this kid's in for it tonight.
But he's just like super locked in, focused, and like unflappable. Like nothing bothered him the entire game.
Did they have any procedural flags or anything?
They look like he looks like a quarterback that is just dialed in, like his heart rate didn't go above 80.
So I heard a story, and I don't know if this is true or not. I've been trying to fact check it for most of the day, but somebody was on one of these things, one of the little shows, college football shows. It was just an excerpt of it talking about Oregon's preparation for Happy Valley. And he said that Dan Lanning, for a certain number of practices, especially 2-minute drills and things like that, he had the music blaring at their practice facility so the players couldn't hear. Like they couldn't sit there and talk.
You got to practice that.
He went through all of this. Again, I can't confirm it. Is one student reporter that was talking about it?
He probably did, because he did the same thing with Wisconsin when they played there last year. Wisconsin plays Jump Around at one point, so he played that song throughout the entire practice for his Oregon Ducks. So when the song came on and the entire stadium is shaking, they were having a party as well. They were jumping around with the song. And so Penn State plays the Mo Bamba song, and so I'm sure he played that the entire practice. And you do that for offense when you're on the field in practice. We used to have the white noise. We'll turn up the white noise machine so you can't hear one another in practice. You have to communicate. It forces you to lock in.
This could be a thing.
Yeah, it forces you to lock in during practice so that you're in the huddle, dialed in, reading the quarterback's lips because you can't hear anything. So all of those things do take place. I'm sure he prepares his team very well for on-the-road environments, and there are some big stadiums and loud stadiums in the Big Ten. I wouldn't be surprised if that did happen.
Laney did chirp the Penn State crowd. He said that crowd's probably worth 7 points, and they really weren't tonight.
He did say that, yeah. He was cold-blooded
machine.
Yeah, Dan's Dan is an outstanding.
Well, he's
coach.
a guy that fed it to Dion after that whole thing too. Remember?
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
to Colorado and Dion.
Right. Yeah, Dan Lanning's a hell of a coach, man. All right, it's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. What a successful offseason for the Cardinals include unloading the no trade. The players that have no trade clauses. We'll get into that next on 101 ESPN. Well, anybody that has owned a home for a while, or even maybe you're somebody that buys and sells homes, you've had bad contractors before. You know what it looks like. You know what it feels like. You know that you're in for it when the project starts and all of a sudden that contractor might be a little late or they start to add things that weren't previously discussed. This is why you need to go with Mosby Building Arts. They're the right remodeling company. They've got great deals, such as bathroom remodels right now through October 31st that start at just $279 a month. So imagine upgrading all your fixtures. You had storage, maybe even create a spa-like treatment, right? So again, $279 a month for bathroom remodels. How about $599 a month for basement, new basements? You could do a home theater, game room, private office. Add value of finished square footage within your home. Need a front door? They start at just $69 a month. How about new gutters? $59 a month. They're in the Out of This World sale at Mosby Building Arts. Again, that goes until Halloween. So make sure you call Mosby Building Arts. But beyond just the great deals and offers that they have, know that they're the right remodeling company, a company that won't leave you high and dry, a company that will treat your home just like they treat their own, a company that will do a phenomenal job of communicating with you throughout your project so you're not feeling like you're out of the loop, but also paying, let's be honest, a lot of money to upgrade the look of your home. Call Mosby Building Arts. You can also visit them, callmosby.com. Schedule that free appointment. Tell them Anthony Stalter sent you. It's Mosby Building Arts, the right remodeling company.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Cam Fowler agreed to terms on a 3-year, $18.3 million deal. That's a $6.1 million AAV contract extension with the Blues. We'll talk with the Blues defenseman at 4:30, so stay tuned for that. The Cardinals season is over. They finished the year 78-84. We're going to dive into your Cardinals next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN with Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, and Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. Would it be a victory for the Blues? Not the Blues. The Cardinals offseason if they could merely unload the players that have no trade clauses, including Wilson Contreras, who might be open, guys, to being dealt.
Yeah, I think Wilson's the one right now that's more apprehensive. We've heard Sonny Gray and Nolan Arenado openly say that change is probably coming for both of those guys. And whereas Wilson Contreras, I guess he had a sit down with Chaim Bloom and said that he'd rather stay, that he thinks that a team like this going through what they have could use a veteran guy to help them along.
Right.
However, if it got to a spot where the Cardinals just did not see him in their plans for next year, or they had a trade that they couldn't turn down, he would be open to listening.
Right. So Katie Wu had the report, just as Jamie mentioned, after a lengthy meeting with Chaim Bloom at Wrigley Field on Friday. Wilson Contreras said he would, quote, like to be part of the process and remain with the Cardinals. They're going to need to have some kind of experience around them, and that's what I expressed. But if you're the Cardinals, specifically Bloom, you have to entertain dealing Contreras because you're trying to create as many open spots for young players that you don't want to just constantly shuffle around. Like Alec Burleson. Alec Burleson can play first base for you. He's an everyday player. Having him bounce around as much as they do, is that the end of the world? No. But if you get something for Wilson Contreras, it makes a lot of sense. You're not going to do anything this offseason. You're not going to bring in free agents. Big-time free agents. You're not in a spot, sir. You're going to have to bring in some,
right?
But it's going to be on maybe pillow deals, 1-year deals. Somebody that's trying to rehab his value. That wouldn't be Miles Michaels, by the way, but somebody else is trying to that is injured. I'm not even trying to be funny about it. I really mean like you need to bring in guys with a little upside that you could potentially trade at the deadline. That's what a lot of these teams that have been retooling or rebuilding on the fly have all done. Look to flip these guys. Kansas City's a perfect example. They signed Aroldis Chapman and turned him into a starting pitcher. That's not going to happen every time.
Right.
But this is part of what Bloom needs to do.
Yeah.
To set the Cardinals up for the future. So of course you at least have to entertain dealing Wilson Contreras.
Well, yeah, and I'm sure there are going to be a few other people that are potentially dealt as well. Some contracts, obviously, that are expiring that won't be back. Miles Michaelis, maybe not. But I think the best way to go about it is you have to have a definitive answer as to who's playing where. Mm-hmm. You talked about Alec Burleson. He can play outfield. He can be your DH. He can be your first baseman. But what is he playing every single day? If Wilson Contreras isn't here, he's probably your first baseman every day. And you're okay with that. You'll live with that. What is Ivan Herrera? Is he going to be a catcher next year? Or is he going to be your everyday DH? Like, I think there are so many questions that need to be answered, but you can help yourself and alleviate some of these problems if you're able to move these no-trade clause contracts. Like, Sonny Gray has already mentioned, I didn't sign up for this. Basically kind of, paraphrasing. Mm-hmm. I didn't sign up for this. I think Nolan Arenado kind of feels the same way. I didn't sign up for this. I want to win championships, or I want to be at least in the mix of having a chance to win a championship.
Sure.
And Wilson Contreras I appreciate his willingness to stay despite not getting what he signed up for as well, I'm sure. I'm sure he didn't sign up to be an everyday first baseman. He was signing up to be Yadier Molina's replacement. And now he's a catcher after maybe me and a outfielder. I mean, and he's a first baseman. So I appreciate it. I love Wilson Contreras. If he wants to stay here and be a part of this, cool, stay. But you got to find a way to move on from some of these contracts and get better in the process.
And Contreras might be one of the only few that's got a little bit of value to him.
Oh, I think he's got good value to him.
I agree. I think Sonny Gray does too.
Yeah.
But Sonny Gray is still going to be a 36-year-old pitcher. There's some value there, but, Arenado, there's hardly any because of the contract and his age.
I think Chaim Bloom, his biggest project for this offseason, let alone the trading and the free agents and all that, is Carey just kind of alluded to it in what he was saying, is sorting out who actually is going to play where. Like, right now, the Cardinals team is almost a full team of utility players. Mm-hmm. Because Burleson plays right field, first base, DH. Contreras is first base, was DH, was catcher. Herrera started as a catcher, now he's a DH. You tried him in left field. Donovan plays everywhere. Like, the only guy that hasn't moved around the diamond that will still be on this team next year is Mason Wynn. Mm-hmm. He's been a shortstop, and that's it. Everybody else is all over the place.
Yep.
I know it's nice to have a couple of players on your roster that are flexible. Like, I think it's good that Thomas Sajaci will be on your roster next year, can play second, shortstop, third. I don't know about first. Never seen him there, but he gives you some flexibility for guys that need days off. You need one outfielder that's the same way, that can play left, right, or center field if need be, and that's it. Everybody else, lock them in, man. Please give them a position so that we don't have this version of a team that kind of sort of has players. It's like being great at one thing or being good at a whole bunch of things but never great at one thing.
Sure.
And that's what I think the Cardinals lineup is everybody's kind of good. Kind of good.
Right.
But the only guy who's really great now at his position is Mason Wynn. Why is that? Because he plays one position. Now, Nolan Arenado was great at third base, and I know he's not gone yet, but it looks like that's inevitable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. Whether you dump him or you find a trade partner.
But my point is you only have one guy that is married to a position, and that's Mason Wynn.
I agree. All right, it's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. We'll play NFL Panic or Patience with certain teams, 4 of them, in fact, including a team that's very close to one of the individuals in this stadium. Or at stadium, in the studio, excuse me.
He could be in a stadium.
I was looking up at a player, Alabama, that you were talking about earlier. Bowling people over in a stadium. NFL Panic or Patience next on 101 ESPN.
Big things are coming up here with Circus Sports real soon. Talking to my guy, Derek Stevens, and Aaron, his partner out there with Circus Sports in Las Vegas. And they're coming here. December, Circus Sports will be available here in the state of Missouri. And you're going to love everything that they have to offer. But until then, take advantage of Circus Sports Illinois, the app right now. It's super easy to find. Website, app store, download it, user-friendly. They've got player props, parlays. They've got great lines on futures bets, by the way. Go check out some of the futures bets that are available. You're going to love it. They have the best odds of any app that is out there currently. So you want to compare it, download, look at other apps, and then you'll see that Circus Sports has the best apps. That, for me, equals bigger payouts. And they've also got high betting limits for people who really want to get after it. So please don't miss out on any of the action right now here with Circus Sports. Download Bet Like a Pro with your Circus Sports Illinois app today. And I can't wait for all the excitement surrounding Circus Sports coming here soon to the state of Missouri. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Time to play Panic or Patience here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. So Marsh has got a couple of teams, I think 4, that he'll throw out when we'll discuss whether or not these teams should be panicking or if we should perhaps have a little patience.
Anthony, you were right. There is one team that is near and dear to one of us in this stadium/studio, and that is Carey's Baltimore Ravens. Let's start off with them.
Good pivot.
That's good.
Panic or patience for the Ravens?
Panic. Your quarterback left the game with people are calling a hamstring injury. Your defense lost a bunch of players. You're sitting at 1-3 right now in a very tough conference. So if you can't come back and win your division, you may not be a playoff team. I'm saying panic in Baltimore.
My favorite team is leading the AFC North. Let's start there.
But the Ravens are your second.
No. My favorite team. My favorite teams are the teams that paid me. Pittsburgh Steelers. Paid me some money. But yeah, panic for the Baltimore Ravens, man. they got some issues. You talked about Matabuke. He's out for the year. The defensive tackle, he's going to be done. Lamar, as Jamie just mentioned, was out of that game. Missed the entire fourth quarter with what looked like a hamstring issue or injury. The number of injuries and just the inability to cover the deep pass by that secondary. I thought these are some of the issues that they corrected last year. They're still struggling in some of these areas. So, yeah, you should panic. I thought going into this game, I think we all picked Baltimore to win that game.
We did.
None of us thought that the Kansas City Chiefs had a chance. I guess Xavier Worthy being back does make a huge difference for that offense. But, yeah, Baltimore got some real-life issues going on with their team at this moment.
I think they should panic, yeah. I mean, six defensive starters out. Lamar Jackson now dealing with a hamstring injury, and who knows how hurt he is.
Are you calling him a faker?
No, they're just down. I mean, they're down 17 going into the fourth quarter, and if he did feel like
that's nothing.
It might be one of those situations where, like, if it's a playoff
Imagine
game,
if he was on that team that was down 28-3. Imagine if he was.
Yeah, but they weren't playing the Falcons. They were playing the Chiefs. It's a huge difference.
Well, that Chiefs team was down by 30 points last year in the Super Bowl.
They're playing the Eagles. It's a different bird, all entirely. I don't know. I really don't understand what you guys are missing.
Well, I'm just saying that if my quarterback, just because I'm down 17 points, decides to we're done anyways. I just don't know if that's my quarterback.
Well, especially when you played a team that was down roughly the same amount of points with 6 minutes left to go in week 1 and came back and beat you. He's probably injured.
Very true.
Or hurt.
Okay. So he's hurt.
We think. Although Anthony's calling him a faker.
I'm not calling him a faker.
That's what I heard.
He did.
You said may or may not be hurt.
You know, I changed my mind. You should be patient. This Ravens team's going to be fine.
Yeah.
You got the Browns.
Dude, it's just to spite us.
You got the Bengals. And you got the Steelers in that division.
Oh.
Patience. They'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're a real jerk today, aren't you?
I'll get you too at some point.
I know.
Grim Reaper's coming for all of you. Just knocked on Carey's door.
All right, let's move on to Anthony. This is the team that you were speaking of. My Minnesota Vikings. Panic or patience? Actually, I'll start off. I'll say panic.
And why do you feel that way?
Why do I feel that way, Anthony? Okay, well, the offensive line is terrible. They're giving up the sack percentage, 13.95. That is third. Going back to 1990, only the Houston Texans in 2002 and the New York Giants of 2023 have a higher sack percentage in their season. So it's not good right now. Plus, you have Carson Wentz at quarterback. The schedule does not favor the Vikings at all. Once they get past the Browns and then go into the bye, they have a gauntlet of a schedule. It's not good.
Well, and the coaching sucks, right, Marshy?
No.
What?
The coaching does not suck. The coaching just needs
to... You've been trying to get him fired for 2 weeks now.
That is not true.
Hey, guys, am I wrong?
Fired? No.
He doesn't like KOC anymore.
Well, if you don't like the coach, you ultimately want him fired, right?
My God.
Marsh wants him to make some adjustments.
Yeah.
Well, the adjustment should have been made last year in the offseason, keeping Sam Darnold, in my opinion.
That's not. But that's not.
That is a Kevin O'Connell decision.
No quarterback is going to have success with 3 backup offensive linemen with this sack percentage.
So then blame the training staff.
We saw it. We saw it at the end of last year when Sam Darnold would hold on to the ball too long because the offensive line could not protect him. It
What's
wasn't
the team going
good.
to look like now? Like, Carson Wentz is not the guy.
No,
and
absolutely
J.J.
not.
McCarthy, I don't think he's the guy either, especially under these conditions.
Well, and that makes me wonder if he wasn't given a fair shake because of the conditions that he was put into. The offensive line that they wanted to put out there in the offseason, that they went out, got all these guys. The offensive line that they constructed, none of them have played a full game together, and they won't.
I agree with you. I think it's time for panic in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. The injuries are a huge issue. I mean, Carson Wentz was fine yesterday, but
he's a backup.
He
ended up playing not too bad.
Yeah, he was fine. He wasn't the reason why he lost.
They had a nice push.
Mm-hmm. I think we can all say panic on this one, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Marsh?
All right. Panic for sure. Let's move on to the Commanders. Now, the Commanders are 2-2 right now, but this was a team, Anthony, that you said before the season started, you think they'll miss the playoffs. How are you feeling about this team now? A couple games without Jaden Daniels. What do you think about the Commanders?
Yeah, I saw a team yesterday that couldn't beat a team that got waxed 30-0 in Carolina the week prior. You can't bow up against that Falcons team. Then I got no respect for you. Michael Penix just dropped his footballs all over your face yesterday. Threw all over the field. Couldn't get the ball out for 5 yards against Carolina, and then went ham sauce all over you yesterday. Now when Jaden Daniels comes back, you'll be okay. But the defense, in all seriousness, I did say the defense was really didn't do anything in the offseason to improve. Like they added Deebo Samuel in the offense, and he's been great.
The offense wasn't really the problem.
Well, they were able to move the ball on the ground. They're fine, but defensively, they got issues.
Yeah.
I wouldn't panic yet with the Commanders. Obviously, Jaden Daniels being out for the last couple of weeks, that will stall your offense. It will stall your team. You're not going to be playing at the highest level that you're capable of. To your point, I don't know. The Falcons aren't as bad as they were last week. Like, they were terrible. And so, and I told you, they're not a terrible football team. They just were terrible last week versus the Panthers. I think that's a really good team, and I still think the Falcons are going to win the division. So
even with what Tampa's doing,
I don't care about Tampa.
Why not?
I don't.
You wore the uniform.
I did. And they cut me twice. I don't give a damn about Tampa.
Yeah, but they had you twice.
But you're an objective.
They let me go twice too.
But you're an objective fan.
I am, and I think that Atlanta beat the hell out of Tampa twice last year.
How'd they do in week one?
Football as their quarterback.
How'd they do in week one? Yeah, at home.
They barely lost.
That's what we're celebrating that now?
They barely lost.
That's
For
it.
me.
Time for the
Falcons
gauntlet.
win the division.
We do need a new gauntlet contestant too. So
just got
Falcons
one.
win the
we're
division.
good. No, they're not going to win that division. All right,
Drinking again.
we have a gauntlet contestant. We'll play the gauntlet next on 101 ESPN.
Anthony, divorce can be a tricky thing, and when you're going through a divorce, sometimes there's things that pop up that you're not ready for, things like that. But I had my guy Stewie with me as we looked purchasing a home. So, Stewie, talk to us a little bit about how divorce can be tricky.
Well, Jamie, in the situation of divorce, often the spouse that's leaving the house has to get bought out. They want their portion of the equity of the home. Now, if you know about mortgages, you can't get more than 80% cash out on your house. So we had a customer come in. They get in a divorce, unfortunately. The house is worth $400,000. They owe $300,000. The lady wanted another $50,000. It was above 80%. And they thought they would have to sell the house and buy new ones together. Well, what I knew that they didn't know is whenever you're doing a divorce buyout or an equity buyout, whether you're married or not, but you're getting somebody else out of the picture that owns a piece of it, you can go up to 95% of the value of the property. And whereas a cash-out refinance has a higher rate, when you're doing an equity buyout, it's the same rate as just a regular refinance. They came to us, closed it in 10 days, got the ex-spouse the money they needed to go and buy their house. Everything was done. The person staying in the house was so happy they didn't have to go and leave. Everybody's good. At the end of the day, tomorrow is a better day.
You get that information from everybody? I don't think so. That's our guy, Stewie. He needs to be your guy as well. Give him a call on his personal cell phone number or text him at 314-324-4440. And if you miss that number, you're out driving around, but you want to make sure that you call Stewie to take advantage of everything he has to offer, you can always Google the Bagel Loan. Thanks, Stewie.
Have a great day, guys.
NMLS number 226715.
Warriors. 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the Gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
Time for the Gauntlet here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN, where it is 4:06. Your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler, with Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, and Andrew Marsham, Anthony Stalter. And we welcome in AJ. What's up, AJ?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Doing great. Thanks for listening. Thanks for playing. You have Marsh, CD, Jamie, or me available today in the Gauntlet. Who would you like to choose for round 1?
I'm going to take on CD today.
Carey Davis.
Good luck, AJ.
All right, you too. Thank you.
All right, Carey's going to head into the cone of silence. AJ, go ahead and tell Marsh to spin that wheel.
Marcy, spin that wheel, please.
What are you hoping for, AJ?
Well, I've listened enough to know that the wheel doesn't like me to say, so I'm not going to say.
Oh,
Smart man.
wow.
Smart man. All right, so the wheel has.
Oh, crossed the goal line at the very end. We got hockey.
Wow. Okay, so how do you feel now that the wheel has spoken about hockey?
I like watching hockey, but I'm not very well versed in the trivia.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Well, we'll see how you do. What was the other choice there?
It was on baseball right to the very end, and it turned blue to hockey.
Ooh, all right. 4 hockey questions. All worth 2 points unless you ask for the options. If you ask for the options, those questions become worth 1 point. You ready, AJ?
I sure am.
Which team did the Blues finish the regular season against last season? Which team did the Blues finish the regular season against last year?
Oh, man, I was watching every game during that stretch run, too, and I cannot remember, so I'll take the options.
The Utah Hockey Club, the Seattle Kraken, or the Dallas Stars?
Someone's telling me it's Utah, so I'll go with that.
Final answer?
Final answer, yes.
All right, AJ, question 2. Drew Bannister coached his final game with the St. Louis Blues against which team?
Oh, man, I cannot remember that either. I'll take the options, please.
All right, was it the New York Rangers, the New York Islanders, or the New Jersey Devils?
I think it was the New Jersey Devils. I know. Yeah, I think the Devils.
Final answer?
Yeah, final answer.
Question number 3. The last time the Blues won a playoff series, they defeated which team?
Well, that would have been the 2022 playoffs. Was that Minnesota, I think, that year? Final answer.
And last question, AJ. Before this past Game 7 against the Jets, the last time the Blues were in a Game 7, which team were they playing against?
I don't think they took Colorado to a Game 7, so I'm going to say 2022 again for that year. Final answer.
Okay, so we're looking for team.
Oh, team. Sorry.
That's right.
I'll take Minnesota again. Final answer.
All right, let's bring back CD from the Cone of Silence. Hey, AJ, how you feeling?
All right, I guess. We'll see.
Okay. CD's making his way back in from the Cone of Silence right now.
Yep.
He's got food in his hand. He's got his
propane
tank filled with water, ready to rock and or roll.
I packed a lunch.
Yeah, you did. You don't even have to say it today. All right, CD, your category today is hockey.
Oh, yeah.
You get hockey.
Awesome.
Hockey.
I see it right there.
You ready?
Yep.
On my page here.
Question 1. Which team did the Blues finish the regular season against last year?
Oh, man. Whew. Final game of last year. Nah. Give me options.
Your options are the Utah Hockey Club, Seattle Kraken, or the Dallas Stars.
I think in Seattle. I think they started with Seattle. I think it was Utah. Let's go Utah. Final answer.
All right, Carey. Question 2. Drew Bannister coached his final game with the St. Louis Blues against which team?
Was it the Islanders? I think you all were you guys
don't point at me.
were in New York. I think Monty came. He played the Rangers. That was his first game. I go Islanders. Final answer.
Question number 3. The last time the Blues won a playoff series, they defeated which team?
I know. Remember that they lost to the Avs. If I'm not mistaken. Who did they beat in that first round, though? Oh, I want to take a shot. I really want to take a shot. Part of me feels like it's the Stars, but that could be wrong. And then you're going to give me the options, and then the Stars are going to be there, and then I'm going to be mad. Oh, I hate that. Dallas Stars, final answer. Probably shouldn't have done that, Jamie. You know, you do something after you do it like, that was a terrible idea.
Yep, I've been there.
Yeah.
Question 4. Before this past Game 7 against the Jets, the last time the Blues were in a Game 7, which team were they playing against?
Is that a trick question? Oh, well, yeah, it might be. See, the answer, the simple answer would be, it was the Bruins when they won the Stanley. Options.
The Minnesota Wild, the Boston Bruins, or the Colorado Avalanche?
Oh, is it as simple as the Bruins? Ooh. Marshy's good with these things. Marshy knows these things. Yeah, oh yeah, because, you know, Boom Boom Gunnarsson played 17 minutes and 36 seconds that game.
You've been listening. He was around that mark.
Oh, man. Bruins were in my mind. I don't think the Avs. Let's just go with Bruins, final answer. I don't like that one either.
Let's go over these. Which team did the Blues finish the regular season against last year? AJ said the Utah Hockey Club. Carey also said the Utah Hockey Club. Correct answer is...
Well, the Blues had to win that game to get into the playoffs, and they beat the wheels off the Utah Hockey Club.
Both of you needed the options. We have a 1-1 tie. Drew Bannister coached his final game with the St. Louis Blues against which team? AJ with the options said the New Jersey Devils. Carey without the options said the New York Islanders. Correct answer is...
It's the New York Islanders.
Carey takes a 2-point lead. He's
Good
up
memory on that
3-1.
Carey. Well done, buddy. Well done.
The last time the Blues won a playoff series, they defeated which team? Carey, without the options, said the Dallas Stars, and then said, I wish I should have asked for the options. AJ went with the Minnesota Wilds.
Were the Stars an option?
Yes.
Okay.
Avalanche, Stars, and Wilds. Correct answer is...
Well, the Dallas Stars used to be located in Minnesota. It was the Wild.
And
in
AJ did not need the options.
Good job, AJ.
So we're all tied up 3-3.
All tied up.
Comes down to this. Before this past Game 7 against the Jets, the last time the Blues were in a Game 7, which team were they playing against? Carey took the options, which were the Wild, the Bruins, and the Avalanche. And he settled on the Bruins, which, of course, would have been the 2019 Stanley Cup.
It's a long time ago.
Man, it is.
AJ, without the options,
Lord.
said the Minnesota Wilds. As we know from the previous question, last time the Blues won a playoff series, they defeated the Wild. If it's the Bruins, Carey wins. If it's the Wild, AJ wins. If it's the Avalanche, we're heading for a walk-off. Carey's already prepared to go to the...
He's packing up.
Man, let me get out of here. I've been kicked out of
Penalty
better places
box.
than this.
AJ.
You have chosen poorly.
Carey can stay right there. It was the Boston Bruins in the Stanley Cup Finals. AJ, he got you 4-3 today, man. Sorry.
Yeah, I put up a good fight. After I said Minnesota, I thought about the Stanley Cup Finals that year, and I was like, oh, man, I should have went with Boston.
Hey, that's okay.
It's all right,
It came down to that, though. So nice job. Thanks for listening. Thanks for playing.
Yep, have a good day, guys.
You too.
Thanks, AJ.
Nice shot,
Nice
Carey.
job, Carey.
Nice work. You didn't overthink it at the end there.
Look at you going
Almost
big
did.
brain on us.
I almost did.
Well done, Carey. Well done. All right, we got what's trending next in the Fast Lane. Don't forget, we got Cam Fowler at the bottom of the hour. Cam Fowler at 4:30. What's trending is next.
topics in the sports world.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
It's time to find out with
What's Trending? Brought to you by Elite Comfort Experts. Heating and cooling with no gimmicks, just guarantees. EliteComfortExperts.com.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter, Jamie Rivers, and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it's time for What's Trending. Gentlemen, we have some manager news out of Major League Baseball. Don Kelly, the Pirates manager, has been extended after quote-unquote meaningful progress. However, Rocco Baldelli of the Twins and Bob Melvin of the Giants are out. We have some people texting in to the Air Comfort Service text line wondering if Oli Marmol will also be out after a disappointing season here in St. Louis. Do you guys believe that Oli Marmol will be in the Don Kelly category or the Rocco Baldelli and Bob Melvin category?
I think Ollie's staying. Just the way he's been talking openly in the media about his meetings with Chaim Bloom, and he says we've been talking about next year. We're looking at it'd be kind of a tough one if Chaim Bloom's going through all this talking about next year and all of a sudden just pulls a trap door on Oli and fires him. I mean, anything's possible for sure, but I think I think he's going to be here for at least one more year.
I do too, but it is interesting that the Giants fired Bob Melvin. There are some parallels to what's going on in San Francisco and what's going on in St. Louis. For example, the Giants now are under new leadership with Buster Posey. This was his first season, this past season. He wasn't the one that hired Bob Melvin.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Bob Melvin made a lot of mistakes still this year.
Well, so Bob Melvin. So the Giants at one point looked like one of the surprises in the league. They actually picked up his option for 2026 back on July 1st.
Oh, boy.
But then the team went 36-41 from that point, which was the 20th best record in baseball. And that was after they traded for Rafael Devers in June. Cardinals obviously didn't make any big trade or anything like that, but they did after May collapse. So I don't know. There are some parallels. Chaim Bloom might want his own guy, but ultimately, I think, Jamie, you're right. I don't think the move is going to be made anytime soon. I think this is going to be a situation where Ollie's here for at least next year.
I agree.
Well said. All right. Sticking with the Cardinals, Ivan Herrera is a nominee for the 2025 All-MLB team, so congratulations to Ivan Herrera. Where do you think Ivan Herrera's career goes moving forward? I know we have to figure out what position he's playing ultimately, but what do you think his ceiling is?
I think he could be an outstanding DH. I think the kid can absolutely rake.
Yeah.
If he can stay healthy, and it'll help if he's just simply the DH. I think he's going to rake. I think he's going to be one of the Cardinals' best hitters moving forward. I don't think you have to use him as a catcher. I don't think you have to get him in the field.
It would help open up some things for you.
Sure. I mean, it'd give you more roster flexibility. There's no in lineup flexibility. There's no question about it. But if he winds up just being the DH, I think that's a pretty good thing.
Can he catch as good as Poso? That's the way I look at it, because Yoel Poso was the backup catcher this year. If Herrera can catch as good as Poso, which I don't see any reason why he cannot, then now he's your DH primarily, and he's your backup catcher. Mm-hmm. Gives a little bit of break to Pages if that's the route you go next year, or if it's Crooks or whatever the Cardinals decide. Herrera is, I think, if his arm strength does get better, and I think he's an adequate backup catcher,
sure,
then that opens things up for you for at least a certain number of games where he's not designated as the DH only. That's my thoughts.
I think the sky's the limit. It just depends on what he's playing. I think you give yourself more flexibility if he is your everyday catcher. If he has whatever issues solved, and I think it's his elbow, and he's able to get the ball to second base in a timely fashion and control the run game. But then I guess, does that also interfere with his ability to bat? Like, are his legs tired? Is he not able to drive the ball? I don't know. He came up as a catcher. I would assume that he's capable of playing that if he gets these issues corrected and fixed. And I think it makes your team It just gives your team more flexibility if he is their everyday catcher.
All right, we have Cam Fowler that will join us in about 5 minutes. Cam just signed a 3-year contract extension earlier today with the Blues, so we'll talk to Cam about the extension and the fact that he's going to be in St. Louis for the next few years. Again, Cam Fowler joins us next in the Fast Line on 101 ESPN. Well, you might not love the 2 Monday Night Football matchups. You might not be a fan of either of any of the 4 teams, but you can always play at Underdog and win a bunch of money doing so. In fact, you can play for their contest for as little as $1, and if you get everything right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash, and you do it right from the comfort of your home right here in Missouri. So you don't have to drive anywhere. You don't have to go over state lines or anything like that. You could play right here in Missouri, and you'll love Underdog because it's easy. Just choose whether or not players are going to go higher or lower on their stats. So gave you a couple earlier today. Give you a couple more here. Tua Tagovailoa. How about we go lower than 32.5 pass attempts? I don't think they're going to put the ball in the air that much. I think they're going to rely more on Devon Achane. So why don't we go higher than 55.5 rush yards for Devon Achane? If you want to choose somebody from the Jets, great. How about higher than 5.5 receptions for Garrett Wilson? If you want to combine that with a couple of Bengals and Broncos players, you could do that too, because playing your card, it's completely up to you. Download the app today. Sign up with my promo code. It's just my first name, Anthony, to score $100 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. Again, use that promo code, Anthony, after you download the Underdog app or go to the Underdog website. Underdog, make plays, win money. Must be 18 or older and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncbgambling.org.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Cardinals were swept over the weekend to end the 2025 season. They finished with a record of 78-84. The baseball season is over here in St. Louis, and now we set our sights on the St. Louis Blues. Over the weekend, Cam Fowler agreed to terms on a 3-year contract extension with your St. Louis Blues, and we will talk to the defenseman next, right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at Londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
Well, as Andrew Marsh just told you in the Sports Center update, we are thrilled here in the Fast Lane with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter to head to the Collier and Thompson phone line. We're going to chat with Blues defenseman Cam Fowler, who just signed a 3-year contract extension with our Blues here on the Blues Radio Network. Cam, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations on the contract extension.
Yeah, of course. And, thank you. I appreciate it very much.
Yeah, Kim, super pumped for you, buddy. You know that. Love having you back. We're in the Blue Note for this year and 3 more. But I want to go back to last year just for a second because, you'd been in Anaheim your whole career, and you had a no-trade list. And you can correct me if I'm wrong here, of course. I don't want to speak out of turn. But I don't believe the Blues were on your list of teams that you would go to. And then so you had to do some background checking and some talking to people. What did you hear about the Blues and the city of St. Louis during that process before you made your final decision?
Yeah, it was really just talking to a bunch of people, guys that had played in the city and people that were familiar with the team. And I just heard nothing but amazing things about, what it meant to be a blue and part of this city and this community, and also having your kids grow up here and that side of things too, outside of hockey, and everyone that I spoke to just had amazing things to say, and really at the end of the day made my decision easy, and it ended up working out, and me personally and my family, we couldn't be happier here.
Cam, I want to take you back to the playoffs. Game number 3 versus the Winnipeg Jets. You had a 5-point performance, set a franchise record. What was that moment like? Were you in the zone? Was it things moving slower than normal? How was that feeling? How did that feel to have that game?
Yeah, it was. I mean, personally, it was a great feeling. Obviously, you don't expect to really have a night like that in any game, regular season or playoffs. So it was a special night, but honestly, it was just a product of our team and the way that we came out and played in that game 3, trying to get ourselves back in the series. So just the energy in that building, and I know a few of the points were on the power play too. So, those are opportunities that come along sometimes as well. So it was really, for me, it was great. It was nice to have that, but it was really more about the team and getting ourselves back in the series that just kind of allowed me to, put up those numbers just because of how the team played and the momentum that we had to get back in that series.
Blues defenseman Cam Fowler joining us right now on the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Cam, if you would, take us back to when you were first traded to St. Louis. What you thought of the team and the work that needed to be done, the potential that was there, the upside that was there, what you thought when you first arrived, and then take us through the end of the Winnipeg series and how you felt about the team then. So when you first arrived, and then all the things that were accomplished, leading up to the unfortunate Game 7 against Winnipeg.
Yeah, so I mean, playing against St. Louis all these years, I've always known that they're a well-run organization. They've always seemed to have great players and great teams and consistent success over the years. So seeing it from a distance, it was always a team that I had admiration for, and the way that that their team was run. And then obviously I was familiar with some of the players once I got here, but getting into the lineup and getting to see all these guys firsthand, Tomer and Bucci and what those guys can do, and then with Holloway and Cairo and Schenner, like practicing with those guys and playing with them and seeing them, up close and personal. It just it was a really special thing for me and gave me a lot of confidence about the team moving forward. And then, you mix in Parayko and Flacker and those guys on the back end with two outstanding goalies that we have amazing confidence in. It just, our team really started to click, and we started to play some really, really good hockey down the stretch and in the playoffs. And, everyone will speak to the way that that series ended, and it was obviously unfortunate, but I think as players we can learn a lot from it, understand that that's not a feeling we want to have again, and try and carry a lot of that momentum that we had towards the end of the season into this upcoming season.
Yeah, I wanted to pick up right there where you left off, Cam. Look, there's no doubt that was a kick in the bells, the way the season ended last year. And, did that play into your decision to stay here at all, feeling like maybe you had some unfinished business with the Blues organization?
Yeah, well, I think, all of us together being a part of that was, it just crushes your soul. It hurts. You think about it all summer. So I know that I want, another crack at it and trying to help this team get to where we want to go. And, when you look at kind of my career too, like I want to be somewhere where I feel like the team can be competitive and we have a chance to win. And talking with Army and everybody here, I think the vision is clear for what we want this team to be trying to accomplish over these next 3 or 4 years. So having that aligned with, with where I'm at in my career and how I want to try and contribute and help the team, it made my decision easy to want to stick around and be a part of it. And I just can't say enough about the guys in the locker room and the relationships I've made here, and wanting to be a part of that for the next few years was an easy decision for me.
So let's go back just a little bit, because at the end of the season, the end of the season presser for Army and even yourself talking to people, you could tell that there was almost a mutual understanding that you wanted to come back to St. Louis, or stay in St. Louis rather, and Army and the Blues organization certainly had an appetite to keep you here long term. From that moment where you have the exit meetings until it was announced on Saturday night, how did all that go down? Maybe walk us through the process a little bit, and then how much did your family weigh in on this? Because I've been traded a lot in my career, and I didn't have the luxury of being able to pick places to go. But you certainly have to take that into consideration when you're making these decisions.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think, with those early discussions after the year, obviously there's a lot to process with kind of how the things wrapped up last season. So to be honest with you, there really wasn't much conversation really over the summer. I think a lot of that kind of picked up gearing into kind of getting ready for training camp, and then having those conversations with Army, and then Pat and my team there at CAA. And I think understanding that both sides were clear on, kind of the visions that we had. So really once the ball kind of got rolling on that, and I have to credit, Army and Steiner and everyone involved for just making that process really smooth, which was, I'm grateful for, because it's obviously a big decision. And then just speaking with my family and everybody, that's a big part of my life and life outside of hockey. And my family loves it here. We feel comfortable. My oldest of my 2 boys is in school now, and he's doing hockey. And so we just feel really comfortable here. And the way that the city and the team has embraced us, like I said, when we were talking about things, it made that decision that much easier because of just how we feel about this team and this community.
So, Cam, Jamie often talks to us about the defensive pairing and how important your partner is. He talks about how Al McKinnon saved his butt plenty of times.
Oh, it's the other way around, TV. I carried that guy.
You played close to 1,000 games in Anaheim. You get here and you're paired with Colton Parayko. What is something that you learned about him that maybe you didn't see when you're playing against him that you learned as being a defensive partner with him?
Yeah, well, I think, honestly, being up close and personal with it, I just think he is like so much better than people might understand and maybe give him credit for. I think he's extremely underrated in a number one defenseman in this league and what he's capable of. When you mix his size and his length in with really how well he can skate and move the puck, and obviously everyone knows his shot and how elite that is. But I think he's really just the total package in terms of physical tools, and then getting to know him off the ice. I think we're kind of wired very similarly, and we take a lot of pride and responsibility and trying to be the best we can for the team and taking on some of those difficult matchups on the back end. And he just wants to be the best he can possibly be for the team every night, and he's consistent in that. And so it's been a real pleasure of mine to be slotted with him and find some of that chemistry early on. And I hope that we can continue to build momentum in that.
Cam, we can't wait to see you guys get started in the regular season. It's right around the corner, and we're fired up for this Blues season. And again, congratulations on the contract extension. Thank you so much for stopping by and chatting with us today.
Yeah, of course. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
It's our pleasure.
Thanks, Cam.
Thanks, Cam.
All right.
That's Cam Fowler here in the Fast Lane on 101 at ESPN. Great stuff from Cam. I love his perspective coming from Anaheim and what he thought when he would play the Blues. And Jamie, I'm sure that's kind of how you felt too, playing other teams as well.
Mm-hmm.
When you bounce around the league, like, man, I hated playing against these guys.
Oh yeah, there's certain teams you remember for sure. And like, I went through it when I played against, and then with the Red Wings. That was a unique situation because we had such a rivalry for so many years there that you can't stand to even look at that jersey. But then you couldn't be any prouder to wear that jersey once you're there. It's a weird kind of thing. And I just think, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think what Army, Steiner, and the ownership group have going on here right now with the Blues is what the Cardinals once had, is we just have to get them here, and then they'll stay.
Yeah.
And John Mozeliak said something about that. I don't know if it was today or I think he said it on TMA about how it used to be when they went and got guys like McGuire, got Edmonds, Matt Holliday. Once we get them here, we know we can keep them.
Yeah.
And I think the Blues have that going on right now with the coaching staff, the leadership group, and the ownership. And I think that's unique because it's not a big market. It's not a one of the coastline markets either. So it's good to hear that players are re-signing here, wanting to be here because of how great the area is.
No doubt. It's Fastlane on 101 at ESPN. We have Bet the Board next. It's Fastlane on 101 at ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Time to bet the board after a weekend of, I don't know. How'd everybody do?
On what?
I hit mine.
I did
Jamie and Carey hit their picks.
Wow.
Anthony,
Carey?
you and I did not.
We're doing bet the board right now?
not. Yeah.
Oh.
Standing
Why don't you guys
partial.
say something?
Teased it.
Been
on the rundown.
But you know how that works.
On the rundown for almost 3 hours.
Yeah, but Anthony always shuffles the deck on that one.
He switches it around.
He does.
Throws us off.
He does.
We read it, and then he says something different. And we're like, wait,
Yep,
what?
that's why we don't pay
It's
attention,
confused.
Carey. You're right. It's actually
100%.
Anthony's fault.
Always.
Yep.
It is Anthony's fault. He's the reason why the Vikings lost this week. He had him at number 10 in the stack up. I didn't forget about it.
Oh, I don't think that's the I don't think that was their
And
problem.
you know what? A good 2-2 Falcons team, man, they're looking like one of the top 10 teams, probably number 10.
All kidding aside,
They're like
that
11 on my list.
all kidding aside, that number 10 has been cursed for years.
We should
now.
find a team that we all want to lose and put them there.
Yeah, Steelers 10.
We should use our
Hey, they're
our powers
3-1.
for good.
Leading the division.
Yep.
Wow.
Let's put the Cubs at number 10.
Wow.
That
Doesn't work
doesn't
like
work
that.
that way. No.
Different sport.
Exactly.
He'll be all right.
All right, so what are the standings?
All right, Jamie has 12 points. Anthony, you have 10. Carey has 9. I'm eliminated. I have 8, and I do not have a parlay left. We only have 2 days left in the month, so I am done.
How do I have 9? I thought I had. Can we?
No.
We adjust these
You're
numbers.
lucky
Are we
you have
looking?
9, Carey. Wait, you've been betting. I don't know why I said that.
You have 9.
I don't. Don't mess with Marshy. He's got it all.
We should put Jamie at 10.
Yeah,
I agree.
Okay.
Yep.
What am I at?
12.
Oh,
12.
okay. So I'm first, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. My baseball thing is gone now, Anthony. At my little baseball place. Find out-
Tomorrow you could
Yeah,
do
it
it.
doesn't count in the playoffs now.
Okay.
It
Doesn't work that way?
Doesn't work that way in the playoffs.
I
Each
see.
team's hungry. I
Got
was
it.
picking all the hungriest teams down the stretch, and it was working for me. All right, I'll go with the football game tonight. I have them in the Pick'em Challenge. I'm not completely thrilled about it, but I'm going to take the Dolphins on the money line at minus 148.
Damn it.
I think we were all trying
Marshy,
for that.
were you sick enough to pick the Dolphins?
Yep.
You watched that game completely miserable tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it really wouldn't work for me because I'm out anyways. But if it could keep you from winning 5 months in a row and helping me not get shot tomorrow in the buttocks for our Pick'em challenge, then yeah, I'd pick them. But I guess they're gone.
I will take the Cincinnati Bengals plus 7.5 tonight against the Broncos, and CD's face
Lock it in.
is exactly
Did you
why
not
I
watch
did.
the Bengals play last week?
I did.
You think that was just a bad day at the office? That looked like a bleep show.
I have my reasons.
What are your reasons? Do tell. I'm intrigued.
I can't tell you. I'm in a competition.
You need. Who are you? What?
I'm competing against you guys. I'm not going to give away my trade secrets. I picked up something.
You picked up a tail?
Yeah. Picked up a huge tail.
I bet you did.
College and pro.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Whatever, dude.
That's what I tell my kids whenever they're like telling me a story. Like somebody says something to them at school that upsets them. I just say, look at them and say, whatever, dude, and walk away.
Yeah, it works.
Exactly what I just did.
Yeah.
Give me Devon Achane, 55.5 yards. We'll go with the over.
Okay. And Marsh for fun, for funsies.
All right, so this one, since it doesn't really matter, I'm going with a large number in the odds at plus 1,500.
What?
Each team, and this is the Bengals and Broncos
Here
game.
comes a random bet.
Each team to score one
usually
plus
does better on
touchdown.
these.
I'll say it again. Each team to score 1 plus touchdown and 1 plus field goal in each half. Bengals Broncos.
Okay. You go, Marsh. All right. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Marsh, did you want to get to that question now? Because you said you had get a fun question or interesting question.
Well, I just wanted to go back to the end of the Cam Fowler interview after he was off, but we were talking about maybe the Blues entering into that era of what the Cardinals used to do. Do you think that is the case, where they are going into an era of what the Cardinals did in the early 2000s, or do you think it's more so what the Blues did when they brought in Ken Hitchcock? Which, if you had to pick between the two?
Well, I think they could both be
their own thing,
applicable in this case, because I think that Ken Hitchcock had a hell of a run as a coach as far as winning is concerned. But they can also be the team that the Cardinals were in the early 2000s. When I'm talking about maybe not the early 2000s, but when they were trading for players and keeping those players. And right now, I think what Jim Montgomery has been able to do, along with Braden Shen, because that's your leadership group, but it goes deeper than that. You got so many great guys on this team. What they've been able to do is when a new guy comes in, like, they embrace that guy. And it's like they help them with the housing, help them with this, the kids, the schools, and the athletics and the extracurriculars. Like Milan Lucic hasn't even made the team. Mm-hmm. He hasn't signed a contract, yet he's been taken care of as if he's been here for 10 years already. Now, he's a wily veteran that's been around a long time, but even the young kids are getting a really good, welcoming when they get in here. And I think that's important. Carey, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I'll just say, I'll let you speak for yourself. But for me, when I felt like I was in a place that I was wanted, needed, and appreciated, I played better. Mm-hmm. And I can look at I can pull up my hockey DB and tell you, I played good here. I was not good here. I was good here. And most of the time it coincides with being appreciated, wanted, and then you wanting to be there. It elevates you.
I think the best teams are the teams that everyone's bought in. I tell people this all the time. When I got to Pittsburgh, and this is no joke, I've been on teams where you didn't talk to anybody, or you didn't talk to certain players, or they didn't talk to you. There was no real interaction amongst the highest paid players or the certain position group. But when I got to Pittsburgh, people were, hey, I'm Troy Polamalu, nice to meet you. Okay, nice to meet you too. Hey, I'm Ben Roethlisberger, nice to meet you. I'm Hines Ward, nice to meet you. Like, the superstar players came to speak to me, which, okay, this is different. Whereas in some places, again, and Jamie can attest to, like, some people just don't have that interaction. You don't have that conversation. But it does make you feel a part of, especially when you just get to a team. You don't really, you might know some people, but you don't know a lot of people. It's not like being teammates for 4 or 5 years. You might know a couple of people on the team. Maybe you played against them in college, or maybe you were college teammates with them, or maybe you played with them somewhere else in the league. But for me, not knowing 50 guys on the roster and only knowing 2, that's a huge difference when people start to come introduce themselves and they're part of, bringing you in and allowing you to feel more comfortable. So I do think it plays a huge part, especially with guys with families. Hey, my wife does this. Maybe they can get with your wife and help you get the kids settled in this. Here's a great place to go with the kids. And it makes life that much easier when you're transitioning, because it's not just sports. Like, this is your entire life. Yeah. Like, I think people get it confused when they say, oh, you got traded, so what? No, I got a wife, I got kids, I got family, I got this, I got that. I don't know where my kids are going to go to school. What's a good school district? I've never lived here before. What's a good area to live in? So all of those conversations help you feel more a part of the team once you move to a new city and become a part of that franchise.
Yeah, and you're so right, Carey, because, I always talk about the Red Wings. Obviously, I love my time in St. Louis when I played here, retired here, and I live here full time now. So that speaks for itself. I'm not going to try and sugarcoat anything else. I love it here. But when I went to Detroit, Steve Yzerman, so you're talking about, Hines Ward, Ben Roethlisberger, Troy Polamalu. Steve Yzerman was like one of the first guys to greet people. Right. Like, whenever they got to the ring, hey, how you doing? And then it was like, we're going to lunch. You should come to lunch, and take that, and talking and whatnot. And what the Red Wings did back then was very unique, and I believe they still do it. Their training camp is in Traverse City, so you load up 2 buses and everybody goes up to Traverse City. They have a beautiful resort on a golf course, but that's it. You're the only ones there. The players are the only ones there. They have daily activities. You can golf, you can go fishing, you can go boating, you can do all this stuff. Everything you're doing is with teammates. Right. Everything. So they create this culture of, like, this is family. Yeah. And while you're there, you find out about schools, extracurriculars, your little soccer team, and all this stuff. And then they have a get-together for all the wives while you're at training camp.
Yeah.
So now all the wives and the kids get to meet and hang out and talk. And, so it creates an environment because you're not, yes, you're an athlete, but that's, when you leave the field, you leave the rink, you have a wife, you have children, you have real life things that you're dealing with.
Right.
And if you can't, if you're, what you're doing away from the facility is messing with you, eventually that leaks into what you're doing at the facility.
Correct.
Great call. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Andrew Marshall, Anthony Stalter. We have our Sports Six-Pack Part 1. If you have a question for us, the Air Comfort Service text line is 314-399-9646. Start sending in those questions. We'll get to them next on 101 ESPN.
time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
5:05, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. We've got question 1 coming up right now in our Sports Six-Pack. Marsh, what do you got?
Question number 1.
All right, we touched on this earlier in the show, but we did get a question from the 636. I loved Cam last year, but how do we know it won't be a Krug, Scandella, Letty, even Falk to an extent where there's a huge drop-off after a strong start?
I don't know. You can't. Question 2. Sorry, I'm just irritated with it.
Let's do this. Best case scenario, worst case scenario for this contract extension.
Best case scenario, you've got Jay Bouwmeester here again with higher offensive upside because Cam Fowler's running your first power play right now. Jay Bouwmeester did not ever run your first power play when he was here. So Cam Fowler to me is a bigger piece of the puzzle, and I just can't mention Fowler in the same breath as a Marco Scandella or a Nick Letty. I just can't. He's a much better player. As far as Torrey Krug is concerned, look at the only thing that went sideways for Torrey Krug is that he got injured. Now, was he producing at a clip that he was for the Boston Bruins? No, but he was still running your power play, and the power play was doing pretty darn good with Torrey Krug on it. So I don't think that's a failure at that point. And this is only $6.1 million, what Cam Fowler's going to make. I believe in the player. I've seen him play for many, many years, and I've watched him over the last season. I've watched him at training camp this year. I just don't see it falling off a cliff for this particular player. And like I said earlier, even if it goes a little bit sideways, like the anticipation is still that Philip Broberg's going to end up being your top left-handed shot defenseman. Mm-hmm. It's got to be. That's got to be the move. That's the play long term. So if Cam Fowler drops down to your second pair, what is it hurting?
Right.
It's just not. So that's where I stand on it.
Question number 2.
All right, from the 636, if you were to have a song play in the background of a bar fight, which song would you choose?
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Ah! That's mine. Or do you go really psycho and be like, Sweet Caroline? Like Hannibal Lecter listening to classical music with blood all over his face. You know?
Yeah, it depends on what sort of crazy / psychopath you want to be.
Yeah, I think Let the Bodies Hit the Floor is my call.
That's a pretty good one. I'm reminded of the movie that Chris Farley was in where he's at a bar and he's like, they start to get in a bar fight. He's like, all right, I got some tunes. He goes over to the jukebox and he goes, Rolling Stones, Street Fighter Man, G7. And somebody goes, you just said G8. And it's Pina Colada. You got a Pina Colada. And then they start fighting.
That's awesome.
It was hilarious.
Some DMX.
Dirty Work. That was the
Max gonna give it to you.
That probably.
That's a pretty good one.
Probably.
Knock, knock. Open up the door. It's here.
Yeah.
I think I knew that, did you, Carey?
I like that you did.
Yeah.
It's a solid one.
It's on my workout mix.
Yeah.
I'd go with Freebird. There's a scene in Kingsman. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've seen that movie. Mm-hmm. Oh, you should watch it. It's pretty good. But there's this scene where
Cliff Kingsbury?
No, not Cliff Kingsbury.
What has he ever done?
Brought his team to
NFC Championship
game. Calling plays.
When?
Last year.
How'd that work out for him?
Well, he said pretty good. He's making good money.
Lost the Philadelphia Eagles.
What did he do this weekend?
Oh, my God, Carey. Okay,
I didn't have his quarterback.
Anthony, hang on. The guy sucks. You're right, Carey.
Thank you.
Continue, Mark.
And you know what? He sucks so bad they had to get rid of him in Arizona, and now they're playing really well, aren't they, Carey?
I mean, they almost won.
Hey, the offense is rolling.
No, the offense stinks.
There it is. Anyways, Freebird. There's this scene in that movie where they're fighting. It's not a bar fight by any means. Little, it's not PG by any means, but it's a great movie. Highly recommend watching.
Is it a rooster fight?
No.
Okay.
How do you feel
I'm
about
trying to
that?
make fun of this movie. It's a good movie.
I've never seen it.
Kingsman.
Okay. I've never heard of it. I've heard of it. I've never seen it. Let me see who's in Kingsman.
I would say Sleep Down with the Fire, Rage Against the Machine.
314 says Anthony Ayers would be Mr. Brighthouse.
Actually, you know what? That would piss me off.
You would be so mad. Yeah.
Everybody would turn into Dave Matthews.
Yeah. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I would get so ticked off. That's a great call.
There you go.
Yeah.
Question number 3.
This one comes from the Water Boy. Let's say you are going into a post-game interview after a bad game. How do you approach the incoming annoying questions? Do you give a sarcastic answer, just be honest, or blame the reason you had a poor game on one Anthony Stalter?
For me, I always approach it knowing that, one, these people have a job to do, and if I don't like the questions they're asking, we should have played better.
Pretty much.
Bottom line, I'm going to be honest with my answers to a degree. I'm certainly not going to blame teammates, coaches, or the officials ever, because you just sound like a baby at that point. But you answer them, you suck it up, buttercup, give them good answers, and play better next time.
Yeah, you never blame the refs. You never blame your teammates. You take the blame on yourself. You don't blame injuries. Oh, my hammy was a little sore when I was felt like I just gonna play. No, you don't. You just deal with it. I mean, like Jamie said, that it comes with the territory. You understand. And here's the thing. I've said this time and time again, and I don't know if people believe this. As an athlete, you know when you stink. You know you played poorly. It ain't a secret. What the hell is he doing? I don't know, man. He wasn't good today.
Not going to be great every night.
Not every night.
But other than that, had a pretty good outing.
There you go. Other than stinking all day.
Other than the 3 fumbles, I thought I was fine.
I mean, what else did you want from me?
Other than the 0.47 miles of home runs that I gave up.
Yeah.
Pretty good day.
I had pretty good control
If
of
you
the
take
other ones.
those off of my stat sheet,
You think you see what I did?
Pretty good game.
yeah.
Not bad. So you deal with it. It comes with the territory. You understand that people are going to ask. They want to know what happened. If I knew what was happening while it was happening, I'd have fixed it.
Very true.
I don't know.
You could also do what Ben Johnson did to the reporter and give her the death stare.
He's a psycho.
Yeah.
I was going to send you all a video. He was on the sideline, like, he's just inhaled and just kind of had his eyes bugged, like, yeah.
Yeah, he kind of looked like, what's it, Adam Gase?
Yeah.
I think
But
Ben
Adam
Johnson,
had-
I said to Anthony, I think he's having a moment where, one, he's not in Detroit anymore, where he's got a cupboard full of really good players. 2, he doesn't have Dan Campbell that can kind of deflect all this stuff away from him. And 3, he's in a really, really grumpy market that has been starving for a winner. And I think all of that combined is kind of getting to him a little bit, because I'm seeing a Ben Johnson that now he's like in your face, Ben Johnson. You're like, oh, okay, buddy, let's relax here a little bit.
And his former team, their offense outside of that first game really hasn't taken a step back, and they don't have him anymore. So not saying that that is why maybe he's acting the way he is.
You're also not saying it.
I'm also not saying it.
Yeah.
They had a huge win, though, this weekend.
Yes, they did. Well, hey, you know what?
Well, it helps when Geno Smith is terrible.
Oh, he's awful. I will say this, though. The Bears, never. And I mean never. And we're not supposed to say things like never. They never win on the road.
That
is a big win for them.
That's a huge win. And I mean, Ashton Genty had a hell of a game. And the Raiders stink up front. But the Bears went to Las Vegas.
They got it
Came out
done.
of there with a 1-point win.
Yeah.
They don't ask how, Anthony. What did they ask?
How many?
There you go.
Did I see the stat right? I think it was the Bear, Chris Felica on ESPN that said that not Lane Kiffin, USC's head coach, Lincoln Riley. He has not covered the spread outside of the state of California.
Oh, really?
Since becoming USC.
Well, that's why he hates that schedule. Try to fly all the way over to Illinois in the middle of the day.
Since he started coaching at USC, he has not covered the spread
Lincoln Riley
out of California.
Is a genius at calling plays.
He is. He really is.
He is.
Defense is softer than baby spit, though.
That what's his name? Lemon?
Makai Lemon?
Yeah.
Real deal.
Yeah.
He's a good receiver.
He's fun.
He's 5'11", 195 pounds. Like he's.
Does that play in the NFL?
He'll yes.
It might in today's NFL.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, I was just asking a question.
Because Amon Ra is
I think we just answered.
Hey, you guys jumped all over me.
I think we just answered it.
Amon Ra is about 6 feet, maybe 6'1", but Amon Ra St. Brown's not a large wide receiver. He's probably built similar to Amon Ra St. Brown.
Okay.
He's thick,
Amon Ra St. Brown's thick.
He is a big boy.
But he might be 10, 15 pounds heavier. But Makai Lemon is, man, he's tough as they come. I think he's like a former running back.
There it is. There it is. There it is.
Nah, I give credit where credit is due.
I know. Hey, all roads lead back
Let's see what he did
to
there.
the backfield.
Yeah.
Always. Of course. What are we doing here?
Part 2 of our Sports Six-Pack. That's what we're going to do. 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service tax line. Keep those questions coming in. We'll answer them next on 101 ESPN.
Selling your home can be stressful. Trust me, I know. And when the market is shifting and things are changing and interest rates and all these things you have to take into consideration, it can get overwhelming. And in those moments, you don't want to have someone who is new to the industry or doesn't sell a lot of homes or maybe doesn't understand the St. Louis market. No, you want the best in the business, and that's Gloria Liu. With your home sold guaranteed realty, Gloria has been in the business for over 20 years, understands the market here in St. Louis, and she's got 24,000 buyers in waiting. So what that means is start packing. You're going to be moving soon, and Gloria Liu is going to be right there with you for the entire process, going to get you right to the closing table and take great care of you. So please take a moment, give Gloria Liu a call. Tell her Jamie Rivers sent you in, please. Her number's 314-325-6888. Again, that's 314-325-6888. Or you can visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Again, that's GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
question. It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Time for part 2 of the Sports Six Pack with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Here's Andrew Marsh with question 4.
Question number 4.
All right, this one is a little long, but it comes from Continental Courtney. Dak Prescott has been a top 5 quarterback since he's been in the league. Why? You don't think he gets the love and respect he should. The man has only had one weapon to throw to for the last couple of years, had running backs that are average at best, but Jalen Hurts gets love and respect, has all-pro receivers and an all-pro running back that makes him look better than what he really is. Do you think this is because people just hate the Cowboys?
Well, I said before the season, I thought Dak Prescott was going to be a lead, and you all looked at me like I was crazy. Going to be a league leader in passing, or close to it, because he had CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, and you all said the running game was terrible. But I did believe that Dak was going to have one of those years as long as he stays healthy. He every year that he's healthy, he's in the top 5 in passing yards. He's a really good quarterback. Their issues they got a lot of other issues. They actually been running the ball pretty well with Javonte Williams, but they have other issues. I think Dak doesn't get the love because his team doesn't win. Jalen Hurts gets love because his team plays for Super Bowls. Like, at the end of the day, Jalen is on a better team than Dak is right now. But Dak Dak is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts.
Oh, wow. That's quite the statement, Carey.
I don't think that's quite the statement.
That's a bold prediction.
Jalen Hurts had 130 yards passing.
He also had 0 in the second half yesterday.
Better team.
CD nailed it. If you're losing, people ain't going to pay attention to you. Unless it's a Joe Burrow situation where the Bengals almost rallied to make the playoffs last year. If your team isn't very good, people aren't going to pay attention. And that answer is not going to satisfy this texter. I get it. But I would question you to also look at a player on another losing team that might be phenomenal and ask yourself the same question. Why isn't this player receiving more love? It's because he plays for either a average to below average team or a terrible team. That's all it is. You're going to get more praise and attention when your team wins, especially when you're the quarterback. And Jalen Hurts is a perfect fit for the Eagles. Is he a great quarterback? Is he a better quarterback?
Is he a Hall of Famer?
I don't know. We've got a long way away.
Yeah,
Jalen Hurts.
I mean, we got
we know that yet.
Yeah,
just asking, guys.
It's a good question.
I don't know.
No, not right now.
I mean, if he wins another Super Bowl and is named Super Bowl MVP once again,
then come on. You got to think about it. You got to think about it, Carey.
You don't. You don't.
Got to think about it.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
you don't have to think about that.
We'll see.
Oh, gosh.
Carey, you don't like the Eagles?
I love the Eagles.
You don't like Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, what's your problem with Jalen Hurts? I thought you liked him.
I don't think that a quarterback becomes a Hall of Famer because they win Super Bowls. I think it is.
Well, then we'll never see Eli Manning in the Hall of Fame then.
You saying that's a team game? Team stat?
Yeah, pretty much. Been saying it.
So then why don't they just give teams jackets then?
I don't know. Good question.
I don't know.
Every Super Bowl winning team should have a jacket.
But you got a ring.
Yeah, give me a jacket too.
Now you want a jacket too?
I got a gold ball.
We got a budget.
I got a ball. I got a ring. I got a mini Lombardi trophy.
Yeah.
Yep. Now I want a jacket, Jamie.
What color would it be?
Yeah.
Good
Can't
question.
be yellow because that's kind of reserved.
Gold jacket, green jacket.
A gray jacket.
Gray?
Yeah, maybe gray.
Why gray?
Because I couldn't think of anything else.
If you're a Steelers,
I appreciate your honesty.
If you're a Steelers team,
But this is for every team. All right, make it a black jacket. Then I can wear it. You know what? You can wear it to your black tie events. Give me a black Super Bowl jacket with the stitching on there saying that I was Super Bowl champion. You can wear that to your black tie events.
Maybe that jacket belongs to Mr. Gilmore.
Yep. I just did it.
I don't hate it, CD.
Yeah.
I'm going to have one made for you.
Thank you. Appreciate
Okay?
it.
I have to get measured up, though.
Yeah, get me together.
Question number 5.
From the 901, should I be kicked out of my Survivor League for picking the Packers and they tied? I was kicked out.
No, that's madness.
You didn't lose.
They did not lose.
But you didn't win.
But they did not lose.
Maybe,
and you,
maybe the
it's all
fine
about
print says you have to
surviving.
pick a winner.
Well, no, you do. But if your team loses, then you're done.
Yeah.
Right.
His team didn't lose. The
But
team
they
he
didn't
chose.
win.
He should not be able to use the Packers again, and he's still in.
There you go.
This one's easy.
I would say that's at your own risk. If you pick a team that ties, you're gone. Because because he didn't have to pick the Packers or the Cowboys. Could have picked a different team.
Mm-hmm.
So get up out of here.
Official ruling, you're in, but you can't use the Packers anymore.
Yep, I like it.
Or the Cowboys.
Are you allowed? I don't think you're allowed to pick the same team anyways.
Once you pick them, you're done.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, you tied, so you're not going to be able to stay in and keep them. So, yeah.
6 when they say he must pick a winner, he's out.
Yeah, I think I fall into that cat. I don't want to be the bad guy.
Then we counter in a court of law.
Oh, please do.
He must not pick a loser.
He didn't pick a loser.
Thank you.
Yeah, but he certainly didn't pick a winner.
Your Honor.
Yeah, his damn fault.
We rest our case. Didn't pick a
It
loser.
is his
That
fault.
the overtime rules are what they are, Jamie.
Oh, my God. Coming from the guy who likes ties. I've had enough. Next question, please. My God. Let's not do this again. In all my years, if I was on my deathbed and somebody said, I want you to tell me something about Carey Davis that you, after all these years, it's sunk in to you. And I'd be like, Carey Davis will do anything it takes to win.
Yeah.
He hates losing. And then on my deathbed, somebody's going to say, yeah, but the tie's okay too. And that's it. Then I'm off. And that will be the last thing I remember is that Carey Davis likes ties.
Now, Jamie, none of us were there, so let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Is that what you said in Croatia?
Well, I didn't know Carey then. So if I had been asked about Carey Davis, although I would
Did you
know.
say who?
No, I would have said who? And then I said, well, he played Super Bowl champion, right? That guy must be a winner,
Yeah.
not a tire. If that's a word.
Well, it is. It belong on cars.
Yeah.
Or motorcycles or
I kind of anything else.
anything.
RV.
Bike.
Drive. Yeah.
Question number 6.
5 o'clock hour.
All right, well, speaking of the Packers and Cowboys game, Micah Parsons, of course, made his return to Dallas from the 314. When a player gets traded in any sport, does the team they used to play for have to change play calls or signals so that player, whenever they play them, again, does not give the new team an edge?
Oh, well.
Boy, that'd be tough to change the entire playbook.
They change week to week in some things in terms of, like, hand signals and things like that. Defensively, I'm sure he gave the Packers an idea of what the play calls are, and it didn't help.
No.
Damn sure it didn't help. On either
40
side,
points.
like, nobody stopped anybody. So
That's a Super Bowl caliber defense.
maybe not.
So we thought.
Yeah, maybe the Cowboys are just really good offensively.
They are.
Yeah, Mike.
George Pickens had a night, man.
Yeah, at home. Heck
Dak
of a
was
night.
phenomenal. George Pickens had a great night. Jake Ferguson was stellar again.
Except for when they put it, this bothers me. Like I get bothered by this. Micah Parsons, pretty good player.
Yes,
some would
sir.
say. Why would you put a tight end to block him by himself?
I wouldn't.
No one should. I don't give a damn how good your tight end is. He don't get paid to block defensive ends, man. The one sack that Micah Parsons got, he's chasing.
That was a game saver, too.
I'm sure.
That was an overtime.
Yes.
Yeah, he
I'm
saved
sure
the game.
Dak is hearing him like, and he's like, oh my God. Why is he not blocked?
Why is there a grizzly bear behind me?
Chasing me down.
Yeah.
You put a tight end to block him? Man, that's bad coaching, man.
I put Gronk there any day of the week.
Gronk ain't going to block him?
Oh, yeah, he will. Pick him up and throw him.
In the running game, he would.
In the running game.
Yeah, but
not as a pass protector.
No.
I still got Grunk.
Yeah. All righty. Monday Night Football. Got a couple of games tonight. Dolphins, Jets, and the Bengals, and the Broncos. We'll talk about it next on 101 ESPN.
Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. If you have missed anything from today's show, including our interview with Blues defenseman Cam Fowler, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page. You'll find all of our interviews and all of our shows, and it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. Tonight on 101 ESPN, you can listen to Monday Night Football as the Broncos take on the Bengals. Pregame starts at 6. Kickoff is at 7:15. There are 2 Monday Night Football games tonight, and we will break those down next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Tonight, Dolphins and Jets, and Marsh really likes Miami's uniforms.
Hate them.
You don't like those?
Yeah, that's why I picked the Jets.
Oh, come on.
Is that the only reason?
No, but about 60% one.
So the Jets are 0-3, Dolphins 0-3.
I like them. I like the uniforms. They're unique. They look like they should be like
like
Miami
Sammy Gill.
Vice-ish.
Those look so stupid.
No, those look good.
The helmets ruin it.
Those are
That's good
fresh,
football,
Carey.
man.
That's good. I can
good
really
ball.
see the numbers, too. That's good. I don't have my glasses on, so it helps.
Tyreek Hill is pumping up his guys right now.
He's going to run out of energy.
They're 0-3. About to be 0-4.
He's over there. He's snapping. Sorry.
So if
He'll have that body language, and Tua throws 2 picks tonight.
What do you mean, if?
No, I said when.
So if the Jets win, then Jamie is punished with the airsoft gun tomorrow
But I already got shot 3 times.
in a separate game.
Last week, I got
Last
shot
week.
3 times.
Yes.
Oh, that was different.
If the
Shot in the back, too. That
the Dolphins win, then Marsh faces punishment for the first time. Kerry Davis has yet to face punishment.
He'll never get shot.
No.
You guys are sick, man. I promise.
won't.
Like, you guys,
You're
this is
too
the
good.
sickest group of people.
You're like Jamie and Beth Moore,
The
dude.
sickest
We ain't
group of
beating him.
people
We ain't beating you.
I've ever been around. Marshy texted me in the 3rd quarter. Good game, Carey. Steelers gonna win.
Was I
Proud
wrong?
of you. Like, just the
wasn't wrong.
sickness of you all is problematic.
Carey, that was a genuine text.
Nah, that was not. You
No,
guys
that
are sick.
absolutely was a genuine
Gary, I mean,
text.
there's no way he'll get shot this year.
You guys are
Let
sick,
alone
man.
like twice or 3
Come on,
times.
man. Nah,
There's no chance.
that's it. Come on, man.
Carey,
What are we talking about?
We're giving you
really
compliment.
well,
Just take the compliment.
You're going to win the whole thing,
You
Carey.
guys are terrible.
Didn't you win the whole thing last year?
No, you did.
Oh, that's right.
I came.
You knew that.
He did.
You won the year
I won the
before.
year before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to hunt you down 2
Yeah.
years ago. Yeah. So Jets and Dolphins, 2 teams that are 0-3. And then you got the Bengals and Broncos, no Joe Burrow. Boy, if you're setting up, like the Jets and Dolphins, whatever, but if you're setting things up, at the start of the season, you're like, all right, Joe Burrow.
Monday night.
Monday night goes to Denver, and the Broncos are playoff team from a year ago. They're loaded. Nope, you're going to get Jake Browning and the 1-2 Broncos. Who needs a win tonight?
Everybody's trying.
Well, the Bengals are 2-1. I mean, I don't think they need
And
a
the
win.
Bengals don't have. Listen, man, I don't. The Broncos need a win. They were projected to be in the playoffs again and compete in that AFC West. They need a win. The Dolphins need a win too, and the Dolphins need a win for different reasons. Mike McDaniel is going to be looking for a job here shortly if they don't find a way. They played really well last week against the Bills. Was that Thursday night?
That was last Thursday.
They played on Thursday and got to play on Monday. Okay.
Yeah,
buddy.
they got extra rest.
They got an extra day.
Somebody else just did that too. What other team played on? Oh, maybe it was the Bills.
Well, the Bills played yesterday.
No, but in previous weeks there was a team that played on Thursday and
got to
then
play on a
faced a
Monday?
team
Yeah, it was the Packers.
against the Browns,
Yeah.
and it didn't matter.
I believe that was the matchup because the Browns, did they play on?
No, they
The
didn't
Browns
play
have
on Monday night.
the Browns on a Monday night.
Come on.
Hold on, we'll figure this out.
Oh, it was Washington.
Washington
Thursday, and then Monday night.
No, but
I've
then
never
they
heard of
played the
that.
Falcons, who played Sunday night football.
Dun, 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 dun. No, somebody else. I'll think of it.
All right.
But yeah, the Dolphins need a dub. They Mike McDaniel, he's probably a really cool guy, but if you don't win, nobody cares. So, yeah, Broncos and the Dolphins for me.
You think he's going to be a hot name for OC though?
Nope.
No, you don't. Mm-mm. So you don't. You just think he's.
I think he'll have another job, but I don't think he's going to be. I don't think that there will be teams clamoring to have him back as an OC. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, Spags is didn't do great as a head coach, but obviously is an outstanding defensive coordinator. So, some of these guys, it's weird. Some of these guys are unable to lead an entire team, but if you just put them to focus on one side of the ball, they're really good at it, and some aren't.
You figured it out.
I did.
Who
It
was
was the Commanders. They played the Raiders, who played Monday Night Football against the Chargers. It was the late
and
game.
The Commanders beat them 41-24. Yeah. It was a whooping. Okay.
Yep, that was it.
Because I remember talking about, like, this is a terrible spot for a team. And it was.
For the Raiders?
Yeah. Now, granted, the Raiders.
I don't know if that mattered.
The Raiders are just
the Raiders
terrible.
it doesn't matter.
No.
They got some work to do.
They're just terrible overall. What do you guys think of the Robert Saleh and Duval?
That was so embarrassing for Duval. Like,
told him to keep his name out my mouth.
Like, what
keep
are you,
your
Will
name,
Smith?
Keep my name out your mouth.
Keep my name out your mouth. Keep my. As he's walking away at a torrid
Let me
pace.
tell you something. He doesn't want that problem.
No, he does not. Marcus Spears said that on ESPN. He's like, he doesn't want that.
Did you see what Saleh said to him?
Said to who?
We talked about it. Oh, what he said to him?
Yeah.
I didn't see what Saleh said to him.
On the field.
What did he say?
What did he say?
There you go.
I missed it.
Let me check. Our guy Nick Wagner tweeted it out. Hold on.
What did he say?
I'm trying to find it.
You can't just do that and not have it ready.
I'm sorry.
Looking for it.
I know, but you think Carey usually has it.
I would assume that he did.
I would assume
he did.
Anthony's usually well prepared.
He didn't.
Have the crab sandwich and you know it. Damn, Nick tweets a lot.
Oh, I see it right here. You didn't see it's right here.
Well, I'm looking at his.
I'm looking. It's right here
Thing for Anthony.
in an unedited version of the 49ers DC Robert Saleh to Jaguars head coach Liam Cohen after Cohen tells him to keep my name out of your fast lane mouth.
Nice.
Saleh says, I'll fast lane your world up. You don't want to fast lane with me. I will fast lane in your fast lane life.
There it is.
Yeah. And Robert Saleh has every right. Robert Saleh has every right to react that way.
I love it. Oh, yeah.
I think it's fantastic.
Robert Saleh, yeah, I will.
That was incredible.
But like, if you're Liam Cohen, first of all, Robert Saleh was very clear saying they legally pick up signals. So we have to make sure we're very. He said legally like 2 or 3 times in his press conference, and then Cohen he drops the tough guy act.
Right. You got to win. Walk off the field. Be
Just
done.
go home.
You won, dude.
And by the way, if you watch that video, Cohen walks
right by him,
right beside Saleh, and then once he gets 10 feet away and his players are there, then he turns and is like, "You keep my name out your mouth."
Right.
Which Robert Saleh's like, "What? Now?"
It's always funny to me when people get tough when other people get in the way.
Oh yeah.
Like everybody is tough when there's a barricade of people that prevent each other from getting to it. Like if he really wanted a problem, he would have walked directly to him and put his finger in his face and said, "Keep mine." But he didn't do that.
He didn't do that.
He walked past him and then he thought about it. You know what? I got a couple people here. Yeah, do that. Keep my name out your mouth.
With all the players out there now in the way, and
I would have laughed. I'm like, y'all don't have to hold him. He doesn't want to do anything.
We used to call those guys referee tough guys. So when the refs get in, all of a sudden they big commotion, like shaking the gloves like they wanted to go. The best ever was Wayne Scampinello. Scampy, we used to call him, little wee guy, strong as a bull, the referee. And somebody was doing that one night. I forget who it was on the other team. And he goes like this. He goes, "All right, let him go." The guy's like, no. He's like almost grabbing him. Like, what, you know what? No, not now?
No, you good?
You sure we're talking a big game?
Anthony, we had a question from the 6-1 Hate. When did the NFL get to St. Louis? I thought this was a St. Louis radio station.
Why are we reading that?
We are in St. Louis. Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
And we cover.
Did we not know? Like
we cover other teams that aren't in St. Louis.
Sorry, should we talk about the Cardinals?
I don't think he wants us to talk about them either.
Well, then we're going to be pretty limited on what we can. We're going to run it by him on a daily basis and find out what we're able to discuss in his world. Since he hates the Cardinals, he hates the Rams, he hates the NFL.
He doesn't like golf either.
He's mad at Doug Armstrong for not signing Matthew Tkachuk, although Army had no chance on that one. So what? Let me know what the hell we can talk about. 618.
What are approved topics?
Like, my God. Holy crap. And I haven't even been mad at this guy in a really long time. But he brings up this. Uncle, I tap out. And we probably can't talk about UFC either. Don't talk about that. We don't have a St. Louis guy in the UFC. Okay.
All right.
We're done with this.
Well, I'll wrap up the show next on 101 ESPN. If you miss anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com or via the 101 ESPN Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's mobile app. All the podcasts brought to you by Schaefer Door Company. Time to find out what everybody learned today. CD, what'd you learn?
I learned that you're not a really good son. You went
Damn.
against your father's Yankees.
Yes, I did.
And he just removed you from the wheel.
And why?
I don't know. You don't like the Yankees.
They don't have pitching.
I was gonna say that.
That's why.
I wasn't gonna say that. You got to be a better son, Anthony.
Thanks, CD. Mark, what'd you learn?
I learned, and this is from the 314. The 314 informed me that Miles Michaelis gave up 2.18 miles of home run balls this season.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Credit to the 314 for that statistic.
What I learned is that Carey thinks I need to be a better son to my father.
Yeah,
and just
you want to change
chooses
your
Yankees
pick?
for no. I don't want to choose my pick. No.
You want to change it?
No.
Shame. I learned that Jamie is not going to pay attention to this segment because he's busy.
Marsh, go ahead with this.
It's time for the Fastlane's 3 Stars of the Day. Presented by Circus Sports Illinois. Sports betting the way it should be.
All right, third star of the day. Carey told me to put this in. Ties in sports. Ties in sports, third star of the day. Thank you,
Wear a tie
Carey.
with your suit.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Second star of the day, Cam Fowler for joining the show.
Yeah.
Yes. And of course, our first star of the day, everybody loves it, the NFL.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Not everyone.
That'll do it for us. We got Broncos and Bengals. A pregame, 6 o'clock kickoff at 7:15. For Jamie Rivers, Kerry Davis, and Andrew Marsh, I'm Anthony Stalter. See ya.